Every game matters within the season, yes, but when you get into the conference game, the latter half of the conference season, the playoff implications start to become massive. And if you look at the numbers, these two teams are actually tied in conference right now. Harmony Grove's loss comes to Malvern 2 weeks ago, and then Arkadelphia's lost to Nashville. So very, very important game for these two who can really elevate themselves above one another, and two very different schemes on the offensive side of the ball between the Cardinals and the Badgers.
We'll talk to Coach Shucker about that a little bit later in the ATO Automotive interview with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Arkadelphia, Harmony Grove, both 2-1 in the conference. The winner goes to 3-1 with 2 games left. Loser falls to 2-2. And Dalton, when you look at wanting to make above that top 5, this is a big game. This is a big week for those teams that are either a game above 500 or whatever to try to keep that. Let's stay above in the top half of that conference. Let's talk about this Harmony Grove offense. Coach Shucker and I were talking about, I think he's going to mention it on the coaches show here in a second, that this is, and I told you guys at supper, he said this is a game of 3. They're going to try to get 3 yards per play, and they're most likely going to try to milk the play clock down to 3 seconds every time to try to keep the ball out of Arkadelphia's hands. The Arkadelphia defense will be important to see what they do on first down tonight.
Yeah, first down and keeping Harmony Grove behind the sticks will be really important for the Badgers tonight. Jaheim Noble, Cameron Taylor are going to be 2 big ball carriers tonight. And, Coach John Smith's second year here at Harmony Grove. So he's building something. But back to the offensive point is that they're going to rely on the ground game, and it's strength versus strength. So the strong ground game for Harmony Grove against the strong front 7 for the Badgers, Bab.
That will be a key matchup. Offensively for Arkadelphia, Coach Shucker is going to talk about it in a little bit, but Arkadelphia has to be efficient offensively. You can't get much more efficient than 7 for 7, and that's what the Badgers were last week. 7 possessions, 7 touchdowns. The 8th possession was when they ran out the clock. The offense was clicking with both Meekin and McCoy at quarterback.
Yeah, and I think that's something you can implement into the second half of this conference season is you have 2 quarterbacks that can play. You have 2 quarterbacks that know the offense well enough, but at the same time, if you need to slide Meekin out to receiver and let him go get a deep ball, he can do that also. So very efficient offensively last week against the Cobras of Fountain Lake, and they have got to be efficient, and when they have the ball, they've got to score because, like you said, Harmony Grove's going to look to try to run that clock down and keep the game within their hands.
It's always exciting when you're at homecoming, no matter where you are. It means a lot of pageantry and a lot of excitement. So with that, the common knowledge or thought is that Harmony Grove will come out because it is a homecoming game, play a little bit with extra motivation or whatever you want to say. I don't know how much of that actually matters after the ball is kicked off. Regardless, when the ball is kicked off, these two teams have a plan, and they're going to need to execute it well.
Yeah, both teams come in with a game plan. Obviously, I expect Arkadelphia to pursue offensively how they have been playing. Front 7 continue to apply pressure within the backfield. I expect a lot of tackles for loss tonight. Skylar McClure and Xavier Williams from that DN position, that can be really big. Contain the toss. If Jaheim Noble's not working up the middle, they can go Cameron Taylor on the outside toss, and it's going to be very important for the Badgers to set that edge defensively on the front line.
Dalton Reed, Chris Babb here on the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker, and the interview brought to you by ATO Automotive. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors. As you see commercials throughout these broadcasts, thank those sponsors when you see them around town for their support of these broadcasts. This is the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show, and we will be right back after this timeout. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger football on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Knight Insurance Professionals. We offer local expertise, a professional experience, and the attention to detail that you deserve. Knight Insurance Professionals offers a comprehensive list of commercial and personal insurance products and can fit their products to your needs. Insurance can be complicated. Let us take care of it for you. It's the assurance you're looking for when it comes to protecting what's important to you. Knight Insurance Professionals at 10th and Caddo in Arkadelphia. 870-246-3700. Local, professional, personal.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone Ltd. says go Badgers.
Arkadelphia's newest entertainment option is open and ready for business. Tee Time Sims brings world-class indoor golf simulators to Arkadelphia, allowing you to practice, play, and perfect your swing in a comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page to learn about our monthly tournaments, closest to the pin showdowns and long drive battles. Learn more and book your tee time at teetimegolfarkansas.com.
At the Sexton Law Firm, we have experience handling insurance dispute cases and we're well equipped to handle the tactics used by insurance companies to avoid honoring valid claims. The Sexton Law Firm is dedicated to helping individuals fight for the relief they deserve. We work hard to ensure your rights are protected and your case is handled with the respect and care you deserve. The next time you need help battling an insurance company, contact an attorney with the Sexton Firm. Drop by and see us at 107 North 26th Street or give us a call at 870-345-4123.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Each week this interview brought to you by ATO Automotive, 870-210-5269. Coach Shucker coming off of a 49-7 victory over Fountain Lake on homecoming. Let's recap that game a little bit. You and Cooper Dar talked about it on Inside Badger Football. If you don't watch that show weekly, you can go to the Arkadelphia Public Schools YouTube channel to watch Inside Badger Football each week. But one of the things Cooper talked about was offensive efficiency. Yep. 7 of 7 for the offense, 7 touchdowns. The 8th possession was at the end of the game when you ran a couple of plays and then took a knee. You had to be pleased with your offensive execution Friday night against Fountain Lake.
No doubt. You know, the goal is to score every time you have the ball, and we executed well enough to do that Friday. And, you know, you want to score as many points as you can. You can only score as many points as you have the football.
Right.
And so we were able to do that 7 times. And, you know, very pleased with our offensive execution under multiple quarterbacks. Bryce Meekin and Bryston McCoy both went out and executed very well. Bryce Meekin was 8 for 8. And then McCoy was 8 for 9 and then 2 touchdowns. And then Meekin was able to pick up 2 touchdowns on the ground with his legs on some run plays that he pulled the ball and ran. So very, very efficient night. You know, couldn't ask for better on that end of it.
The running game has been there all season. Let's talk about the passing game. 1 incompletion between the 2 quarterbacks. You had to be pleased as kind of the quarterback coach.
Yeah.
You had to be pleased. And a lot of that comes with decision-making in the moment, not only just making a good pass, but knowing where to throw the correct, hit the correct receiver.
It is, and it goes even deeper than that from a quarterback standpoint. I mean, everybody's got to be executing.
Right.
For the quarterback to do well, all 11 guys, the 10 other guys have to be executing their position and their role well, and that's what we did Friday. I thought the up front was doing a really good job with our eyes and our calls that we're making up front to make sure that our blocking scheme is getting everybody picked up. Our receivers were playing fast, getting to the spots they needed to get to and getting open, and then they were executing the catch as well. And so, you know, quarterbacks, obviously, they have to make the reads. They got to throw the ball on time. They've got to throw a good ball. There's a lot of things that go from their perspective, and they did that. But also it's everybody else too. And so that's the biggest part is when you have that type of efficiency, it shows that everybody's doing well, and that's the big goal.
And you hate to single out a unit or place a lot of responsibility, but if you look up front, there's a big responsibility
Absolutely.
on that offensive line early in the season when McCoy was having to be flushed out of the pocket and missing some receivers.
Yep.
A lot of that was because he was being flushed out of the pocket, and so it really does. It starts with the big guys up front.
It starts with everybody up front, and then when they're doing their job and giving the quarterbacks time, the receivers have got to be doing their job.
Right.
And that was one of the things that we've struggled with early through the non-con games and the early parts of the conferences. You know, if one group's doing their job really well, it just seemed like the other group wasn't. And it's just kind of how you get out of rhythm. You don't get in sync, and that's just where you struggle. And that's what we've struggled with. You know, we weren't playing all the way bad, but if one group is affecting it, the whole thing looks bad. That's the thing about offense. And you talk about difference between offense and defense. If one guy messes up on the offensive line, it's a sack,
right,
or a tackle for a loss, or if everybody up front's doing their job, and then the receivers or running back or whatever messes up their route, they run the wrong route, or they do something wrong. Well, now the quarterback's got to hold on to it,
right,
and then you get a covered sack or an incompletion or a pick.
Right.
On defense, you can mess up and still make the play.
Right. Yeah.
You can still run down the ball and make a big tackle or turn it over. So offense, there's a lot of things that have to go really right. To make a play execute. And, I could see us starting to do that, and that's encouraging.
Coach, you mentioned you want to score as many times, and you can only score as many times as you have the ball. It's kind of like I went to an analytics place in my head. A game like last week and a game like tonight, where the opponent is going to last night when you were in the press box at junior high, you said this is going to be a game of threes. They're going to get 3 yards on every play, and they're going to run the play clock down to 3.
Yep.
And so if you get to the analytics side of things, it really places an importance on trying to score as many times as you have the ball.
That's
in
exactly
a game
right.
like you're going to face tonight against a team like Harmony Grove that's going to want to milk the play clock, run the ball, keep the clock going.
And you saw it in the junior high game
Right.
last night too. That's exactly what they're going to try to do tonight. They're going to run the play clock down to 3 seconds. They'll snap it, and they're trying to get 3 yards. If they can do that, then they're going to be able to sustain the drives. And so we've got to be really good. We can't allow them to have 3 yards. We've got to try to create negative plays. So we've just got to do really good at our alignment. We've got to do really good at our ball keys. And we've got to do really good at getting downhill and fitting up the run. I mean, we've got to play physical up front on defense.
John Shannon's one of the assistant coaches at Harmony Grove, which runs the Dead Tea a lot in high school. He coached under Mike Malham at Cabot. It's where I grew up, and we used to call it 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Absolutely.
Now it's like 3 yards in a pile of pellets, I guess. But you mentioned 3 yards at a time because that puts them in a 4th and 1 situation, and they're confident they can get one. And so defensively, what do you try to do strategically to put someone like this offense, put them behind the sticks?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, we've game planned where they're trying to run the ball, the different plays they're running. We know where they're trying to run the ball, which gaps they're trying to get in. And so what we're doing, our defensive scheme is we're going to put people in those gaps, and we're going to try to, fit it back to them. You know what I mean? And, we've got to have really good ball. Like I said, we got to read the Rydell. We can't jump off sides. We can't give them easy yards like that. We've got to fire off when that Rydell moves. We got to be out the gate, and we've got to be trying to drive them back. And our linebackers have to do really good with their keys. They have specific keys that they're looking for, and when that key tells them to do something, they better be on their horse and getting it done. And that's what it really comes down to. You got to play downhill tonight. You got to be violent. You got to be physical, and you've got to wrap up and tackle. We can't have missed tackles tonight. If we have missed tackles, they're going to fall forwards for 3 yards or more. And so, if we can execute our assignments, we'll be able to keep them under that. But that's just what it comes down to.
And you go offensively, it's even more so. I mean, Fountain Lake threw the ball, and so there were going to be some times where the clock was stopped and out milking the clock. They're not going to throw the ball very often. And so offensively, it puts even more importance on trying to score when you have the ball.
Yeah, we might not get it 2 or 3 times and a half.
Yeah.
And just depending on how quickly the defense can get them off the field. We might not get it but 2 or 3 times and a half. So every drive, you've got to be able to go execute and get points on the board. It just shows you, like, if you don't do that, you can get down. You saw it in the junior high game last night. That's what happened. We had a drive in the first half where we didn't come up with points, and they got it back and took the whole quarter and put points on the board, and now we're behind.
Right. And
so we can't play that game with them. We've got to get ahead early, and we've got to stay ahead.
Let's talk about your team overall, the week of practice, the week of preparation. You come off of a homecoming victory. You guys come in and get ready for the week of practice. Talk about it and how it was.
Yeah, no, everybody was fired up excited about last week's win. You know, the fashion of how we won.
Right.
Haven't had that type of a win this year.
Yeah.
And so the kids are really excited about that, you know, the accomplishment that comes with it. And they're, you know, I think it gave them a little pep in their step that going into this week, you know, a little bit more confident, just kind of getting back to what we feel like we should be doing or could do. And I feel like the kids have had a great week of practice. We've gone some good on good. We've executed that. Went back and forth with it. Offense would win some drives. Defense would win some drives this time of the year. We like to do that. We just run our offense against our own defense just to continue to create that competitive spirit, the physicality. But we've done really good with our O&D versus scouts also. We've done a good job of getting lined up and executing our plays.
Reading the Rydell means watch for the ball to be snapped. Can't have those plays to give a free 5 yards to Harmony Grove. What are some other intangibles tonight that you see coming into tonight's game?
Yeah, we've got to play well on first down in all of it. You know, both sides. We got to play well on first down. First down is going to set you up for the rest of the 3 downs to make. And, you know, special teams is going to be a big factor. Field position matters tonight. You know, a team that's going to try to hold on to the ball, you know, we want to make them go the whole field. Right. You know, the more plays that they're if they get to run a lot of plays, we want to make them run a lot of plays to have to score if we're giving that to them. You know, hopefully we can get them off pretty quick so they don't run the whole quarter out. But we've got to go execute on offense every time we get the ball. We don't know how many times we're going to get it. You know, we're expecting defense to get us the ball back, but when they do, we've got to go execute and get points on the board. So, again, field position is going to matter with that. You know, if the defense can get them off the field, they punt it to us. We've got to play the field position battle with that too, so that we can put up points as quick as we can.
All right. Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker, thanks for taking your time out to join us in advance of Arkadelphia's 4A7 conference match here in just a few minutes at Red Parker Field at Harmony Grove High School, the Badgers and the Cardinals each week. This interview brought to you by ATO Automotive on Pine Street, 870-210-5269. Give James Rollins and the crew a call, and they can help you out with your vehicle's needs. We'll be back with more of the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show after this timeout on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
There's a lot of banks out there, but there's not many like Southern Bancorp. You see, we're more than a bank in both who we are and what we do. Sure, we offer accounts and loans for you to bank and borrow for today, but we can also do more to help you build for tomorrow, like credit building, home ownership, small business support, and more. So no matter the financial story, we can help because that's what we do. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker supporting the Badgers since 1996.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Roger Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler CPA is a longtime supporter of the Arkadelphia Public School District. Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler has established a reputation for providing clients with outstanding services that include auditing, accounting, and tax and business consultant. Contact Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler today at 870-246-4563 or by visiting them at 305 Professional Park Drive in Arkadelphia. Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler says, "Go Badgers!" Welcome back to Red Parker Field on the campus of Harmony Grove High School, where the Arkadelphia Badgers are ready to come onto the field after the alma maters. The captains are at midfield, and we are about ready for the coin toss in tonight's game between Arkadelphia and Harmony Grove. This is the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Grant Rollins, Kelton Wilson, the captains for the Badgers.
That is heads. That is tails. You're the visitors. You get to choose it. What would you like?
Take it down to the coin
He
toss.
said tails. Flip it up in the air and let it hit the turf, okay? That's heads. You want to defer? Defer. Kick from the clock. Let me get you to stand over here, Mr. Josh. Stand on the line right here.
Harmony Grove.
Option to the second half.
Harmony Grove won the toss and deferred the
Arkadelphia
auction
will receive
to the second half, and Arkadelphia will receive going left to right on your TV screens. Thanks to Dalton Reed for being there for our coin toss and getting us squared away. That'll wrap up the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. I'll turn this over to the voice of the Badgers, Jeff Root and Cooper Dars. We are about ready for kickoff of this 4A7 conference matchup.
Jose Aguilar. The Cardinals won the toss and deferred. Arkadelphia will receive.
Welcome back to Badger football here at Haskell Harmony Grove near Benton, Arkansas, and it is once again Friday night, time for football. I'm Cooper Dard. Joined with me is the one and only football doctor, Jeff Root.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And I am ready for some action here as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, here come your Cardinals!
Yeah, we're hearing some home crowd here. We got everything fixed now. I think we're good. Tell you what, it's a big night at Harmony Grove. It's homecoming. Right. They have introduced their court. They've crowned a queen, and now they're ready to play some football. Arkadelphia, though, gets the ball first. We heard in a really fine interview between Chris Babb and head coach Trey Shucker the importance of the offensive and defensive line. You know something about that, Mr. Dar. Tell us about the firing off on first down to limit their yardage to make big plays for Arkadelphia. It's a big, big thing, first down tonight in the offensive and defensive lines.
That's right. It really all starts in the trenches with this game. Haskell Harmony Grove, the Cardinals are running a dead tee as Arkadelphia is doing what they do best, and they know how to play some football. So just as a defensive lineman for Arkadelphia, they're going to be reading their keys. Those guards, that tight end, very similar to some teams that we played already this year and that we had some success. Got to be good with our eyes, got to be good with our hands, watching where that ball goes, because sometimes there can be some misdirection, but also on the offense and defensive line for the Badgers, got to fire off the ball. You have got to stop that ball in the backfield, because if the Cardinals get 3 yards, that is a win in their playbook, and they want to do that all night long.
Very interesting choice to go for the second half kickoff instead of receiving the first half kickoff by Harmony Grove. They won the toss, elected to defer to the second half. The kickoff is a bouncing ball. It will be recovered at the 36-yard line of Arkadelphia. Falling on the football in that spot is Jaden McKenzie, and so Arkadelphia has good field position to get started.
And this is exactly what you want. You want good field position to start this game, because they've got a big defensive line. They've got good linebackers. Now, the game, just like we said, will be won or lost in the trenches here tonight. Leader Grant Rollins coming out for the Badgers. It's going to be a physical game.
Bryson McCoy at quarterback. First down of the night. First play from scrimmage. McCoy takes it, wants to pass. Completed pass to the 40. Breaks the tackle. He'll go to the 45-yard line. On the catch was Caden Wilkerson.
Caden Whitaker right there, almost for the first down. Have about two yards to go there. But good first play there.
All right, sorry about the name there. We're still working on some technical issues. Here is a run up the middle to the left side, a little bit of room there, and that's going to be a nice gain. Caden's got a good gain, close to, it is another first down. So he got 8 yards on first down. They'll pick up a first down on second down, and they're going to move the ball to the other side of the 50-yard line. First time into Harmony Grove territory for the Badgers. They'll set up very quickly. Ball at the 48-yard line. They want to throw it again. McCoy's ball is tipped, and it went high as a result and incomplete.
Just like we saw on the last play, that is a Welch Funeral Home first down, and right there, Bryson McCoy, he's got to be careful with that ball. Got to be able to get some loft on that one.
All right, back to pass. McCoy, he'll throw the same pattern. This time there's no tip, and there is a completion instead. He got it out to Maddox Finley on the play. They're going to mark it at the 43-yard line, first down and 10.
Just like we said, the trenches is going to be a big thing here. The Cardinals are trading in and out their defensive line.
All right, Arkadelphia lines up. That was a gain to the 43-yard line, so it is third down. Flags go down before the play. Going to be a motion penalty against Arkadelphia. It'll be third down and long as a result.
False start called against the Badgers. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Third down, 10 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line of Harmony Grove. Badgers going to line up. The video that you're seeing from a close spot here. We're near the field. Back to pass. McCoy across the middle. That's a completion. That's a first down. To the 30-yard line, to the 25, to the 24-yard line. Across the middle and wide open was Maddox Finley.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down right there as well. And it looks like we have a flag on the play now.
Flag down at the very end of the play, and it's near the sideline on this near side, near Harmony Grove. Let's see. It might just be a sideline warning. And it is going to be the call.
And the thing about this stadium is it is a little bit smaller on the sidelines for sure, but this is their home stadium, so you would think they'd be a little used to it. But, yeah, just a simple sideline warning there.
At the 23-yard line, Arkadelphia sets up. Moody at running back now to the left of his quarterback. That is Bryson McCoy. McCoy takes the snap, back to pass, looks across the middle. He's got an open receiver, and it is caught. That is a touchdown on a wonderful catch by Roberts.
There is an ATO Automotive touchdown right there for Orion Roberts and the Arkadelphia Badgers. And that is exactly what the Badgers want to do. They want to score on as many possessions as possible. They went 7 for 7 last week. But let's see if they can do it again this week with going against a dead T offense.
Seth Molinari on for the extra point attempt. He is just as solid as he could be on these extra points. Maddox Finley is the holder. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is, as usual, perfect. Arkadelphia 7. The Cardinals have not had the ball yet here at Harmony Grove. It is 10:31 left. We're in the first quarter tonight. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands. Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Coming back into this replay, let's watch it real quick. We see Orion Roberts come across the middle, wide open using his speed, and that is a touchdown right there from McCoy to Roberts. And that is exactly what you want to see on your first possession.
Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDrive.
Arkadelphia is set to kick off. Here's a line drive shot, returnable, but all the way back to the end zone. It'll go through the receiver into the end zone, and you cannot return a ball out of the end zone, so Arkadelphia gets the touchback, and Harmony Grove will come on to set up with its first offensive possession, already trailing 7-0.
Now this is a big one for Arkadelphia coming out. They're going to see this dead tee for the first time. Very similar if you know Harding University. It's a little different than Harding, but let's watch their two offensive guards, and let's really watch where this tight end goes, because sometimes where the tight end goes is where that football goes. But just got to be smart playing this offense. The tight end's on the right side.
All right, you see the lineup here, running formation. They're going to run their play, an option right up the middle it goes, and the running back will trip and fall, but he got good yardage on first down. They're going to spot it down with a gain all the way up to the 27 for a pickup of 7 on first down.
So a thing about this offense, they are going to eat up the clock as much as possible. They're going to sub in, and they are going to get their play from the sideline. But right there, that was a little trap action, trapping the guard, running it right up the middle.
So Arkadelphia looks to defend. There'll be some adjustments, I'm sure, after this first possession by Harmony Grove, but they've also practiced this. They believe they're ready for it. Here is a run, and that is going to be a halfback with the fullback blocking. He's going to get a first down out to the 32-yard line. On the carry that time was Yaheem Noble, who is probably their best player at 5'9", 160. He's not a big guy, but he's tough. He played well against Arkadelphia last year.
The thing about this, your defensive line, they have to fire off the ball because it is all about eyes and hands, but also how deep can you get them into their own backfield. That's going to be a big part of this story tonight.
They are in no hurry, and that's part of the game plan too. Want to come at the Badgers slowly, eat up the clock, and limit the Arkadelphia possessions. Of course, they need these drives to end in scores because they are eating up some clock. 9:14 left clock running. A team that will run on almost every down. Here is a running play that will not get as many yards, and that again is a carry by Noble, and Noble will not get much this time. We'll see if they spot it for a gain at all. They're going to give him yardage to the 34-yard line for a pickup of 2. Second down, 8 yards to go.
That's exactly what you want right there. We just talked about it. Defensive line covering up those holes, linebackers getting downhill very, very quick and making very short runs.
It's one thing to be big and strong on the defensive line, but you've also got to know what this offense is trying to do to you, and you discover some of that through practice and some of it through experience at the game.
That's right, for sure.
Now they're going to run back to a halfback. He's hitting the backfield this time. A good tackle, gain tackling, first hit made for Arkadelphia by a really fine effort by Ethan Lewis, the linebacker.
And we heard a lot about Ethan Lewis last week. Coach Shucker talking about him on Inside Badger Football as well. Great, great player, getting downhill, excellent form tackling. But here tonight, it's who's going to be the most physical.
Third down, 7 yards to go. That was a gain of only 1. Michelangelo Zambrano is the quarterback. He goes by Mikey, but I just like calling him Michelangelo.
Yeah,
I just really do. Here we go, third down, 7 yards to go. Will they pass? I kind of doubt it. They're going to run the ball with the fullback again, but this time not as much. Well defended, better than the first time they gave it to the fullback. A nice defensive work, and it's going to be fourth down, and they're going to need either 4 or 5 yards. We're going to spot this at the 38-yard line for a pickup of only 3. Fourth down and 4. Will they go for it? No, they're going to line up for a punt. Lane Beatty lines up to punt the ball away. Arkadelphia would love to return it, and Cam Archer is deep. The senior is a dangerous kick returner. They'll send a man in motion, but he will kick it. And the kick goes downfield, will take a bounce, but Archer will stay away and let it bounce inside the 30-yard line. It'll go to the 26-yard line. So that was a good kick, got some bounce out of it, but Arkadelphia has the ball back with its 7-0 lead. 6:58 left in the first quarter, so Arkadelphia is looking good so far.
They are looking really good so far, but the question is, can Arkadelphia's offense really just stay consistent and rise throughout the entire game? They're going to go fast pace. The Cardinals are going to go really, really slow, so can the Cardinals keep up with the Badgers?
All right, we're back to action already. McCoy, another pass to the flat. A big hit after the catch, but a gain out to the 30-yard line. So he got some yardage on the play, got maybe 4.
Orion Roberts right there on the reception. Really, really physical player right there.
Second down and 4 on the 6-yard gain. And they're going to throw it to the flat, and this time it's Archer. Archer with some room. He's to the 35, to the 40. He's up to the 50-yard line. One man has the angle and will knock him out of bounds at the 35-yard line of Harmony Grove. Really nice run after the catch.
Cam Archer right there really, really using his speed. Good tackle there by number 2 of their team, and that is Cameron Taylor. Really good tackle by the Cardinals, but even better speed by Cam Archer.
They'll spot the ball at the 34-yard line. First down and 10, Arkadelphia at that spot. Arkadelphia ready for action. Another pass. Here's McCoy across the middle. He's got an open receiver, but a big hit, and it will be incomplete. Nice play that time by a young man who plays both ways and probably a key to the secondary. Cameron Taylor on the hit to separate the Badger from the ball. Second down 10.
What's really interesting I'm watching right here, the defense of the Cardinals almost chop blocking the offensive line every time.
Yeah, they are on the right side anyway. Here's a pass. It's short, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Archer. He had some Cardinals around him and couldn't pull it in before he looked upfield. Third down and 10.
And with a lot of the running game from the Cardinals, the clock's already at 6. So, I mean, 6 minutes have already been eaten off this clock. It's a fast-moving game.
Arkadelphia, third down, 10 yards to go. Back to pass, McCoy looking downfield. He'll throw a short pass. That's complete. Meekin will look for extra yardage, will not make a first down, but a gain out to the 29-yard line. They might give him the 28. They're going to spot it at the 29-yard line, so that's a gain of 5. It's fourth down 5. Arkadelphia, I'm sure, will go for it. Fourth down, 5 yards to go. Ball at the 29-yard line of Harmony Grove. Badgers need 5 to keep the drive alive. Meekin, and now Browning in motion. Meekin to the right. He wants to throw to the left. Looking downfield. No pressure on the quarterback, but nowhere to go. Now he throws it deep, and that's caught inside the 10. Beautiful job by Meekin, who went high for that catch.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down right there for the Badgers.
Good job of coverage for quite some time, but the defense never got to the quarterback. He rolled to his right. He found Meekin down inside the 10, and in a crowd, he went up high and got the catch. Now they're going to hand off. This is Moody inside the 5, inside the 2-yard line. He falls. He's close, and he is not in. He's in the 1-yard line. Second down and goal. Ball at the 1-yard line. Clock running at 5:17. Second possession for Arkadelphia, and they're trying to take a 14-0 lead here early. Archer in motion. McCoy wants to pass. Looking in the end zone. He fires it in the end zone. That ball is caught for a touchdown. Caught for a touchdown. Finally, one of the officials signaled it, and we get the touchdown. With 5:03 left, Arkadelphia has a 2-touchdown lead. Extra point coming.
That is an ATO automotive touchdown right there, and I'm pretty sure that was Orion Roberts. Huge touchdown for the Badgers.
McCoy to Roberts for the second time. 1-yard pass that time. Here's the extra point. Molinari's kick is up, and it is good again. 14 for Arkadelphia. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, 14 points. The Cardinals will have the possession when we come back. 5:03 left. We're in the first quarter tonight. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
The Board of Directors at South Central Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fulfill a need other internet providers were not able to provide in our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.net or call 855-269-3429.
Well, so far so good, Mr. Dar.
Looking at this replay real quick, McCoy with the 1-yard touchdown. we see Orion Roberts wide open right there in the middle, and that is a touchdown for the Badgers.
Coy can really throw a fastball when he needs to. He got it in there very, very quickly. Here's another long kickoff. It will be allowed to bounce, and it will bounce through the back of the end zone. So twice touchbacks coming from Molinari after the extra point went through. He's having a good night. Everybody for the Badgers having a good night so far.
That's right. You love it whenever everything is firing on all cylinders. But now the defense has to stay locked in. It's really easy to get complacent with an offense like this because it's very repetitive, but that's exactly what the Cardinals want.
All right. I'm back in gear now.
All right. There we go.
Here we go.
We are back.
All right. Let me lean over so I can see the field. Here is a run to the right side. Not much there at all. Gang tackling after an initial hit, and there's a gain of maybe just 1 yard. This is good work by the defense.
Really good work there by the defense. The Cardinals want 3 yards every single time. We were talking before this game. It's going to be a game of threes. They're going to snap it whenever the play clock is at 3, and they want 3 yards all night long. So they're trying really hard to get there.
Only got 1 that time. Arkadelphia sets up. A really nice small stadium here. If you like small stadiums with a good turf and a little character to them, then this is a place for you. We're glad to be here. We've got a good view of the field. Here is a run off tackle. It looked like he could fall forward and make yardage, but that's one of the keys. You don't want these guys to fall forward, make an extra yard or two. They pushed him backwards.
That's exactly right. I remember in high school whenever my coaches used to say tackle back, not tackle forward. You don't want them falling forward to gain more yards. So smart defense there by the coaches, but also the players, the defensive line for the Badgers.
Gain of only 2 from the 23-yard line. It is 3rd down, 7 yards to go for Harmony Grove.
Heavy set on the left side.
All right, and that is the short side of the field. Receiver at the top. And they do want to throw it to him. They'll fire it down the field, and it is, they're going to call interference. I think the receiver was playing for an interference call, and he got it. There was a little bit of contact, but it was a little bit of both players touching each other there.
That's right. It was a little bit of both there, but not really expecting a pass out of this team tonight, but always got to be vigilant and ready.
Yeah, they went for a deep one, and they got the call. So 15-yard penalty, pass interference against Arkadelphia. I thought he had covered it pretty well, although the receiver was deeper than the defender. But they don't throw very much, and that ball was just overthrown. But still, the call takes it to the 38-yard line. 1st down and 10.
So pass interference there.
And they're going to hand off. There is a short run, maybe nothing at all. Arkadelphia really responding to the running game now. Let's see where they spot this. No gain at all, I think. They're going to put it right back at the 39-yard line, and so it's a gain of 1. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Noble is a good runner, but he hasn't had much space to run so far tonight. They lined him out wide on that 3rd down play and then threw to a tight end coming straight across the middle. Now they're going to line up with 2 receivers, top of your screen, 2 running backs, and they're going to run off tackle. There's a hit. Gains some yardage, but it's going to be 3rd down and long again. On the carry that time was Carson Brink.
Mario Brownlee on the tackle there. Skylar McClure, Malachi Hamilton. Always love it whenever you get multiple guys to the football to stop this this run. But now they're bringing Grant Rollins out at defensive line, one of the offensive line starters at left guard. I think they're expecting a heavy run there with Grant in there.
3rd down, 6 yards to go. They passed long on 3rd and 7 moments ago. I don't think they're in 4-down territory yet at their own 42, but they're going to line up with a tight formation, and they are going to run it to the fullback who's not going to get much at all. The Badgers are there immediately. They'll gang tackle. First one to the ball carrier making that tackle was Ashton Hayes. Nice play.
Really awesome to see Grant come out there and really use his offensive line footwork there. He was 3 yards in their backfield. That's a win for me, I think.
4th down, they're going to have to punt the ball away. They have not gotten down the field close enough to go for it on 4th down. They're going to have to punt it away again. Arkadelphia will have good field position again. Would help if he'd hang up the punt a little bit so Archer could get under it. They've been able to bounce it down the field as some other teams have. Arkadelphia has dangerous return men on kickoffs and punts. They're going to fake it and throw a pass, and it is complete and then dropped, or is that a fumble?
That is an incompletion?
That's an incompletion. He had the ball, and it was knocked loose before he had control of it.
That's right. Got to have control of that ball. The Badger hit him down while he was still bobbling it, and he just dropped that ball, and that was made by Quintavian Morris. Q Morris hit that receiver right there. Didn't get the number of the receiver, but hit him and bobbled the ball right out.
You know, not a bad idea. It was a good pass. Everything went well, except Q Morris is hard to beat.
That's right. I mean, he is a strong, athletic guy there at outside linebacker.
Really nice opportunity now for Arkadelphia. Caden Whitaker is the running back, but they'll pass again. He gets it out to Archer. Archer is hit immediately, but will have a nice positive gain on the play. A lot of passes to the flat, good sharp passes. Have been caught by Arkadelphia for short gains. That's one of them to the 37-yard line, a gain of 5. Arkadelphia on the move again. Short field this time. Oh, a bad snap, but Arkadelphia will fall on it. Not sure what happened to the snap. It never got to the quarterback. But an offensive lineman fell on it, and the Badgers retain the possession. It's just third down now. Put it back to the 39-yard line. Lost a couple. Third down at 7.
The center is wearing gloves, which is sometimes really hard to hold on to that football.
And he's wearing a brace as well. It may have caught that brace. Here is a running play. Whitaker looking for space. Will get some space, but not enough for a first down. They'll bring him down at the 35-yard line, so Arkadelphia is going to need another 3 yards. It's fourth down.
Obviously, 4-yard territory here, or 4-down territory here for the Badgers. Expecting to see something really good here from Coach Shucker.
Bottom of your screen is Meeker and Archer, 2 receivers top of the screen also. McCoy is the quarterback. He's gone throughout the game tonight and looked very, very sharp. Caden Whitaker is the running back. They're going to throw it into the flat. Archer with the catch. Archer looking for space. He will just make it to the 30, but that's enough. First down, Arkadelphia.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down right there for the Badgers. And Cam Archer, Bryce Meekin there at the bottom of the screen, blocking really well for him.
Really accurate pass. He didn't get a lot, but he got plenty for the first down to the 30-yard line. And when we come back, we'll see if the Badgers can score in the opposite end zone because we've reached the end of the first quarter. Badgers 14, Cardinals of Harmony Grove 0. We'll be back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, bats and signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Welcome back to the broadcast, ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. We're going to take it down to the sideline right quick. Let's talk to Dalton as he is on the sideline right now. Dalton, what are you thinking?
Yeah, guys, that was a very energetic first quarter. You look at offensively, the Badgers were able to execute quick in that first possession defensive stop. But biggest play in the first quarter was that defensive stop on the fake punt there by Harmony Grove.
All right, Arkadelphia wants to pass and throw deep. It is Roberts. It is another touchdown. Oh, no, he said incomplete. He didn't hold on to it. I thought it was a touchdown, but the officials said he couldn't hold on as he hit the ground. It was a nice pass. He was in the end zone, not over the out-of-bounds line there at the back of the end zone, but he didn't hold on, so it is second down.
I don't know about you, Dr. Root, but the athleticism of Orion Roberts, I would start double covering that guy.
We may have to put somebody back about 20 yards to watch for him. Back to pass, McCoy. He will throw across the middle. That ball is incomplete. 2 defenders got there as soon as the ball got there, and Meekin was not able to pull it in. So Arkadelphia has a 3rd down and 10. 2 straight incompletions, but Arkadelphia has 2 more plays to get these 10 yards, and it's hard to bet against the Badgers' passing game tonight.
That's right, especially on a night like tonight.
All right, here's McCoy. He's back to pass, looking downfield. He's got a little bit of time. Now he's under a little bit of pressure, but he's got time to look downfield. He'll throw downfield. That is dropped. Oh, he had it, but he wanted to turn and get inside the 10, and Meekin just dropped it. Oh, he was there. He's upset with himself because he had his hands on the ball and just dropped it. It's 4th down and 10.
Got to be able to look that ball in, secure the catch, and then get more yards after the carry.
That was a very fine pass from McCoy, and he'll need to make another one on 4th down and 10 yards to go. To the bottom of your screen, that is Maddox Finley, Cam Archer, and Orion Roberts. They're going to have another receiver outside the left tackle, and a flag goes down, and they'll stop the play. I think we had a motion penalty as moving at the last moment find his spot. Arkadelphia picks up a 5-yarder.
That's a dead ball, false start, called against the Badgers.
All right, 4th and 15. So the Badgers need a nice play here. Ball at the 35-yard line. Arkadelphia needs to venture out to the 20 to pick this up. They're on the far end of the field. A little bit harder for us to tell from our location, but the camera is higher than we are, so we hope you have a good picture of it. We'll try to bring you an accurate call here. McCoy at quarterback. Caden Whitaker next to him. Top of the screen is Meekin. 3 receivers to the bottom. From the outside to the inside, it's Finley, Archer, and Roberts. Back to pass, McCoy. He throws deep. He's looking for Meekin, and Meekin cannot make the catch, but a flag is down. That's pass interference just inside the end zone.
I mean, that was a lot more obvious than the pass interference call. Let's go ahead and look at this replay real quick. Let's watch that top receiver coming in, running a slant to the inside, trying to slow down a little bit, but that Cardinal just shoving him, really making it uncatchable, and that is why it is now a Welch Funeral Home 1st down for the Badgers.
Badgers needed exactly 15 for the 1st down. That's exactly what they got at the 20-yard line. It's 1st down and 10 for Arkadelphia. Badgers lead it 14-0, 11:27 left. We're in the 2nd quarter, and Arkadelphia has been able to score on each of its possessions. Harmony Grove has made a few 1st downs, but they have not crossed the 50-yard line so far tonight. McCoy back to pass. He's looking deep again across the middle of the field. That's Cam Archer. That's a catch at the 2-yard line. Arkadelphia is really set up now.
And that is another Welch Funeral Home 1st down for the Badgers. Cam Archer using his speed once again. He might not be the tallest guy, but, man, does he have hands. We might see a big run right here.
Going to set the ball down at the 2. That was a nice 18-yard pass. Now backing up into the formation is Caden Whitaker. He is the running back. And they're going to pass. Looking in the end zone, wide open receiver. He's got it, and that is a Badger touchdown. Arkadelphia scores its 3rd touchdown of the night here early in the 2nd quarter.
ATO Automotive touchdown, and that was Orion Roberts once again right there for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Huge touchdown. ATO Automotive touchdown for the Badgers. Orion Roberts for another touchdown tonight.
Alone in the corner of the end zone.
Wow.
By himself made the catch.
Which is incredible. I mean, he's scored a lot tonight already. Maybe start covering that guy a little bit more.
Outstanding kick. Extra point is good. Arkadelphia leads it 21-0, and we have 10:52 left here in the 2nd quarter tonight. Outstanding work by the Badgers. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and the defense is playing very well also. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says Go Badgers.
Welcome back to Haskell Harmony Grove right here. The Badgers taking on the Cardinals. Orion Roberts wide open in the corner of the end zone once again for his 3rd touchdown tonight.
Arkadelphia is set for the kickoff, leading 21-0. High kickoff, long kickoff, returnable this time from the 3-yard line, and he'll give it a try. He's up to the 10, 15-yard line. He'll cross the 20 and go down there. So a little bit better than taking another touchback, but not much. At the 21-yard line, first down and 10, Harmony Grove.
All right, I am very interested to see here in the second quarter, 10 minutes left, not as much time has passed since the last quarter. But this dead T offense, I am very interested to see if they're going to pass more, maybe some more trickery here as they are down 21-0 in the second quarter.
That touchdown drive for Arkadelphia was their longest of the night in plays. It took 11 plays, but their shortest in yardage, 42 yards for the score. Here is a running play, a little misdirection, but not much of a gain right in the middle of the defense.
I think it's very interesting. They sometimes run a double tight end set on either side, or they'll go 2 tight ends to one side, making it a very, very, very strong side, trying to throw off this defense. But if you just kind of adjust over to that left side, you're really lined up for success in this one.
You know, we said early that they wanted 3 yards on first down, but when you only get 2, that seems like a big difference now, second down and 8 yards to go for a running team. And they're going to go misdirection again, a little wide play this time, but a big hit by Hamilton, and they're going to knock him backwards. Now, he got a little bit of yardage, but I tell you what, when they can't fall forward, that also makes the difference, so it's a short gain.
Let's go ahead and watch this replay right here. We watch Hamilton right there, the inside linebacker at the right side. He's watching those guards. They're pulling. He's going to hit the backside of that guard's butt, get vertical, and that is a huge play right there for Hamilton. Always got to watch the pulling guards.
Ball is spotted at the 25-yard line, so that was a pickup of just 1. Third down, 7 yards to go. On 3rd and 7, on the last possession, they threw long and got a pass interference call against Arkadelphia. This time they are going to run the ball and make not much at all. 4th down coming.
And this defense tonight for the Badgers, I mean, playing sound football. It's very hard to get a team like this to have a 3-and-out 3 or 4 times now.
Made it up to the 28-yard line, but that still brings you a 4th down and 4 yards to go.
Just a little reminder, the last time they punted, they went for a fake, so really got to be aware. Got to watch your keys, got to stay with your guy. There's always a guy that motions over to the right side right here.
Had a nice pass on that fake, but Q Morris knocked it away. Here's the kick, almost a block by Morris, but it's going to bounce downfield inside the 40-yard line. That'll stop just about at the 40-yard line of Arkadelphia. The Badgers have pretty good field position again, having scored 3 touchdowns in 3 possessions.
Great field position here for the Badgers. I mean, the 40-yard line in the very, very middle. Coach Shucker can call anything he wants here, and it really be a success. We've seen the pass game be a success. We've seen the flats be wide open. Orion Roberts using his speed. Cam Archer using his speed as well. I'm expecting another touchdown right here from this offense.
Let's see if they go to the running game or stay with the pass. The pass has been so good to them tonight. They haven't run very much. McCoy at quarterback. 3 receivers near the line of scrimmage. There's a running play, and Whitaker will break 1 tackle, but he will make yardage up to the 43-yard line. Picked up 3 on the play, and one of the Harmony Grove players is down.
Looks like his helmet came off.
You know, I'm not sure if he was one of those, but you are so right in that they are kind of chop blocking the offensive lineman, and I'm not sure if he took a knee to the head as a result of that. We won't try to speculate on his condition, but he is talking to his coaches. I think he'll be down long enough that we'll take a break, and then we'll hope he'll stand up and walk off the field during our break. In fact, looks like he might stand up right now. Now they're going to take a minute, so we'll take a break. Tell you what, 21-0 Arkadelphia, 8:17 left second quarter, and as soon as I say that, he is up and getting an ovation from this home crowd. Glad to see him up. That's Jackson Estes.
Let me talk about the chop block real quick. Even though it's coming from the defensive side, it's a very, very dangerous thing if not done the right way. So they're going in there mostly with their shoulder, but sometimes their head can get hit. It is very easy for a head to get hit. We're not assuming that happened, but it's whenever you kind of just dive at the other people's knees.
3-yard gain on the play. Second down, 7 yards to go. Ball at the 43-yard line. And they will fake a run and throw the ball. Short pass, run after the catch. There's a broken tackle, and he might go. He's to the 40, he's to the 30. This is going to be a Badger touchdown. That is Roberts again, and that's a Badger touchdown.
4 for 4, Orion Roberts, an ATO automotive touchdown. Orion Roberts in the Arkadelphia Badgers.
That's a 57-yard run after the catch. He caught it really in the backfield, broke one tackle, and he was gone.
It was almost like a screenplay there on the right side. Caught that ball, had amazing blocking even by the other receivers in that right tackle. Wow. Huge touchdown for Orion Roberts.
Here's Seth Molinari. His kick is up, and it is good. And Arkadelphia now leads it 28-0 on that 2-play 60-yard drive for the Arkadelphia Badgers. 28-0 with plenty of time left in the second quarter. Arkadelphia would love to make the homecoming dance come a little early. Could happen.
Let's go ahead and watch this replay real quick. Orion Roberts, we're going to see this screen come over to this right side. He's coming across. You see him dodge a block right there. He catches that ball behind the line of scrimmage, misses a tackle, and then he uses his speed. His blockers get him ready all the way for a touchdown. Huge. That is big time for Orion Roberts for his 4th touchdown here tonight, even in just the first half.
It was clear as a bell once he broke the line of scrimmage. Nobody was going to catch him. Arkadelphia set to kick off. Seth Molinari has done a great job of kicking off tonight, and 4 for 4 on extra points. The senior having another great year as the kicker for this team. His kick is a line drive shot. It is going to be dropped, picked up at the 1-yard line. He is going to return it. He'll make it up to the 10, to the 15, and they're going to tackle him before he'll get to the 20-yard line. That's trouble. When you drop the kickoff and you pick it up at the 1, you got to return it. It didn't make it to the end zone.
That's right. You got to be able to secure that ball. If you don't think you're going to catch it, might as well just let it go. But caught that ball, dropped it a little bit. Got to be able to secure that catch to get good field position.
1st and 10, ball at the 18-yard line of Harmony Grove, and the Cardinals will try to set up this offense. This is a veteran offense. Now, they got a lot of seniors in the backfield, but they have been unable to break through. The line of scrimmage has belonged to Arkadelphia tonight. Here's the lineup. Very tight formation. And they will run it again. He is trying to break it to the outside, but Arkadelphia is there. And there's a gain, but not a big gain, on first down for Cameron Taylor. Taylor will pick up maybe 5 on the play. That's their best first down play in a while.
A little bit of outside zone there for the Cardinals. Whenever that happens, just those linebackers for the Badgers got to be able to play over the waterfall, get over that far side, make a good tackle.
James Foster is checked in at running back. Once again, the quarterback who has not carried the ball tonight but runs this show is Michelangelo Zambrano. And they will run up the middle and gain almost nothing. So the nice 5-yard gain turns into a very short 2nd down. And 3rd down is coming for the Cardinals.
Watching this replay, let's watch this right here. The Cardinals take it on right there. Little misdirection, trap action there in the middle, trapping the defensive tackle, running it right up the middle, but the Badgers are right there and met it good.
It's 3rd down, 3 yards to go. It's been a while since Harmony Grove has picked up a first down. They could go for it on 4th down by 4 touchdowns. They don't want to give Arkadelphia the ball back and a chance to take a 35-0 lead. So they might just have 2 plays to make these 3 yards. Now flags go down before the start of the play. I think it's going to be a timeout, and it is. Not a bad decision. The Cardinals of Harmony Grove are going to talk about it, and we'll take a break also. Timeout is called with 6:29 left in the second quarter. Arkadelphia 28, and Harmony Grove 0. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
You belong at Patterson Federal Credit Union. No matter your financial needs, Patterson has products to help. We offer all types of accounts, loans, certificates, and financial counseling. Patterson is also a strong supporter of the Arkadelphia School District. We provide food for students in need, have donated funds for additional security measures, and can always be counted on when a need arises for students and staff. Serving Clark County for over 67 years, we pride ourselves on providing the highest quality service to our members and our community. Join us soon. You belong here.
All right, welcome back to Haskell Harmony Grove. We're going to take it down to the sideline once again to Dalton. Dalton, talk about Orion Roberts going 4 for 4 tonight on touchdowns.
Yeah, Orion Roberts has caught everything that has been in his direction, and then that last touchdown just turned on the afterburners to get that score. He has been a key part in all these touchdowns for the Badgers tonight.
Zambrano will roll to his left. He'll run out of time, and he'll be tackled, but a flag goes down. So let's see if there might be a penalty on the tackle. It's a loss of yardage on the play. 4th down and long, unless this goes against Arkadelphia. Let's see. I think they might have called it on the Badgers because it came on the tackle. They're going to wave it off? They did. They waved it off. So it's going to be 4th down and long as they spot the ball back at the 22-yard line. Loss of 3. It's 4th down and 6.
Inadvertent flag called there, apparently.
And they're going to punt the ball away.
They did throw the flag. The head referee was behind the quarterback, and he thought he saw a face mask. The side judge in front of the Arkadelphia, the coaching staff and bench came in and said, no, he had him on the collar. It wasn't the face mask. So that's why he picked up the flag.
Chris Babb, appreciate that. 4th down, punting situation, unless they fake it again. Arkadelphia is looking for a fake, and it will be a punt instead. Ooh, off the side of his foot. It's going to go sideways and take a bit of a Harmony Grove bounce, but not a big one, and it's going to be great field position. After the punt, Arkadelphia will take over at the 45-yard line of Harmony Grove.
Wow, I mean, that is great field possession right there for the Badgers, being on the 45 of the Cardinal side of the field. Now I'm really interested. They got a big defensive line over there for the Cardinals. Got to play physical. They haven't had a lot of runs tonight go against them, but maybe expecting some in this possession.
All right, Arkadelphia sets up offensively, looking for a 35-0 lead. Pass across the middle, that is a little high for Roberts, incomplete. A defender was there that time, well defended. Of course, the 35-0 lead would be very, very important with 5:50 left in the second quarter. It would send the game to the good sportsmanship rule in the second half. So Arkadelphia very much wants this touchdown. You always want a touchdown, but this one has some extra meaning to it.
That's right.
2nd down, 10 yards to go for Arkadelphia. Ball on the 45-yard line, and they'll go to the right side. And as you see, there's a gain out there for Archer. It'll take it past the 1st down marker, and Arkadelphia is on the move again.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home 1st down right there for the Badgers and Cam Archer once again. What I think is very interesting right here, Orion Roberts, with all the success he's had, they're playing one guy on him.
11-yard gain. They'll fake a run. They'll throw a pass, and that ball is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Meekin as he was crossing in front of a defender. Got his hands on it, but couldn't quite pull it in.
Something I've noticed tonight, McCoy is getting this ball out really, really fast, making really accurate reads, but also just zipping it in there.
Yeah, he really is. At that point, you got to be ready, and he couldn't quite pull it in, but McCoy is sharp tonight. Bass to the flat. There's a run after the catch in traffic, but a spin close to our 1st down, and 3rd down and long is, 3rd down and short is coming up.
3rd down and short, expecting a really, maybe even a heavy run right here with Blake Moody in the backfield.
3rd down, between 1 and 2 yards to go, and Arkadelphia will give it to, well, the quarterback keeps it, and he'll lose yardage, so it's 4th down coming.
Number 44, Fisher fell on the stop for the Cardinals.
4th down coming. I think Moody might have had that, but the quarterback pulled it and then was incorrect about having some space to run himself. They'll spot it down at the 18-yard line. I'm sorry, it's on the other side, so that's the 28-yard line for a loss of 2. It's 4th down and 4. Maybe I'll get the binoculars out. 4th down and 4, pass coming. McCoy looks deep, he fires it deep. That ball is caught. Is he in bounds? It's close. I think he's got the catch. What a beautiful job of staying in bounds with a high pass that he brought down.
And let's watch that replay of Bryce Meekin catching that pass. Let's just watch how high he jumps right here. We see him right there, jumps up high, catches it in the air, and that is a huge Welch Funeral Home first down for the Badgers.
Ball at the 28-yard line when he threw the ball, first down, and now a pass to the end zone. It is knocked down and incomplete.
Good defense there by the defensive backs. Got some athletes on the Cardinal side for sure, especially covering a lot of the athletes and weapons that the Badgers have.
Arkadelphia is at the 14-yard line. They can make a first down without scoring here. But they threw the end zone on the last pass. Back to the end zone a little bit too high, and Archer could not pull it down. Defended by Skylar Whaley and Cameron Taylor. Third down and 10.
It is definitely third down if you didn't hear it.
Okay, third down, 10 yards to go. Back to pass is McCoy. He'll throw a short pass. Overthrows receiver Brownlee, and it's 4th down. Arkadelphia has been able to convert a few of these 4th downs tonight. They're going to have to do it again. 4th down and 10.
I think that's definitely a stat that we can talk about. I'm pretty sure they are 100% on 4th down right now. They've gone on every single 4th down that we've had in this game, but let's see if they do it here again.
All right, they are at the 14. Got to make it to the 4 for a first down. McCoy back to pass. He's got time. He throws across the middle. That's caught, and that, folks, is a touchdown. Bryce Meekin on the score.
And that is an ATO Automotive touchdown right there. Wow, huge touchdown. And you see the truck rolling across your screen. Touchdown Badgers and Bryce Meekin. It wasn't Orion Roberts this time. Bryce Meekin right there on the reception for the Badgers.
3:12 left, second quarter, and Arkadelphia needs this extra point, go up by 35. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. Arkadelphia leads it 35-0. with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left before halftime.
Let's watch this replay real quick. Bryce Meekin using his speed as well and his size. He jumps up to get that ball just a little bit, and that is a huge touchdown for the Badgers to go up 35-0 with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter.
All right, we'll take a break. I tell you what, Arkadelphia is on a roll tonight. Everything is working, and they're up 35-0. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Ludwig's Bakery, it's a family affair. It always has been, dating back to 1920 in the original Ludwig's Bakery in South Dakota. Well, we're here in Arkadelphia now in our new location downtown right off of Caddo Street. Come visit us and enjoy our authentic, freshly baked German fare. For us, it's nostalgic and a source of pride, and we want to share it with you.
Kommen Sie uns morgen früh besuchen.
That's come visit us tomorrow morning, and we can get your weekend off to a great start. Ludwig's Bakery. At Ludwig's Bakery, it's a family affair.
Back to the action. Arkadelphia kicks off. Badgers have a 35-0 lead. High kickoff, shorter this time, returnable from the 10-yard line. And he'll be tackled as he crosses the 20-yard line. Pressure is on this offense for Harmony Grove now. They need to score before halftime, or we're going to see a rolling clock in the second half.
It really is. They're going to have to start getting really, really creative. Maybe something other than running it up the middle and trying to trap block the defensive tackle for the Badgers. But this is going to be huge for Haskell Harmony Grove right here, maybe in their last possession of this quarter.
Might see Zambrano throw a few passes. Might see a little reverse action play. They're going to have to do something to have more success against the Arkadelphia defense. The Badgers have just played lights out defensively and in special teams. There is a running play and a good gain this time. Pick up of 5, maybe 7 yards on the play. We'll see where they spot it.
Number 2, Cam Taylor on the carry for the Cardinals.
I am interested. If we get to a third down, Dr. Root, would you allow me to yell "It's third down" as loud as the PA is going? My dad said he can really hear it over the intercom well.
Okay,
he just texted me.
Has he heard the word apparently used 3 different times?
Apparently, yes.
Hey, it's homecoming. They want something good to happen. So
that's right.
Stretching it a little bit. All right, they need 3 yards for a first down. Here's a run to the outside, and they're going to get a little bit of yardage, but Arkadelphia with a gain tackle, it's going to be close. Just depends on the spot. I think he might have a first down with good forward progress. They do move the chains.
And that is a first down for the Cardinals and a train horn. But, yeah, big first down there for the Cardinals. And they're starting to move this football a little bit.
Is that a recording or no? That's literally a train going by. And they have, I guess, influenced the railroad to celebrate first downs. Here is a running play. And this time they're trying to spread out the defense a little bit more, but still Arkadelphia responds well and not much of a gain at all. This is important for the Arkadelphia defense. They want to have this quick second half.
That's right. Watching this defense as well right here in the replay, you see that ball get handed off, faked twice, a little by Xavier Williams right there, making a huge tackle in the backfield for them to really have no gain.
Second down, 10 yards to go. So the misdirection did not help. Deception is part of this offense. They don't want you to know who's got the ball on any given play, of course. Multiple handoffs are always a possibility. Tight formation again. They have not changed their approach. Second down and 10 yards to go. They're going to run the quarterback. Zambrano just has nowhere to go. I mean, absolutely nowhere to go. And Anthony Hill makes a big tackle.
Number 23, Julian Camparello on the
Let's watch this replay real quick. Let's watch this quarterback keep it right here. He fakes it off. Little fake, and he keeps it there to the left side, or to the right side, for a loss of 5 yards there. Brings up a big third down. I think we can now expect a pass out of this team.
Ball at the 30-yard line. Third down, 14 yards to go. He was opening, what he thought might be a nice run with some space on that side, but he couldn't get away from the defensive line. The defensive line has dominated the game. And they want to pass. Zambrano rolling to his right, throws, and it is incomplete. Throw it between 2 defenders, and he was hit hard and is slow getting up. I want to see that quarterback get up. He's a senior. I think he's going to be all right. But it is fourth down and 14 yards to go.
Big fourth down. The Badgers have been dominant all game long on all phases of the game, special teams, offense, but especially right here, the defense has been immaculate all game long.
We are down to 16 seconds left in the first half. Badgers 35, Cardinals 0. And here is a punt. This punt is a line drive shot. Archer wants to return it from the 43. He's up to the 50-yard line, outruns a defender. He's to the 45, to the 40-yard line, to the 35, to the 30. On the far sideline, they're going to knock him out of bounds after a long return with 2 seconds left in the first half.
I was watching the clock there, and I think a couple extra seconds got knocked off there. But I don't know. This is kind of me thinking out loud. Let's watch this replay. Cam Archer getting this ball, he splits through 2 guys right there, and he just runs across that right side, getting to his sideline, walking out of bounds with 2.2 seconds left here in the second quarter.
They just might try a field goal. Let's see exactly where they're going to put the ball down. They haven't done that yet. And they're going to put it down at the 16-yard line. He is lined up to kick this from 33 yards away from the right hash. Seth has been such a great kicker of extra points. Good to see him with a field goal opportunity here. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. It's a beautiful kick, and it is right through the uprights. Arkadelphia gets the field goal after the long punt return, a 33-yard field goal for Arkadelphia. And the Badgers lead it 38-0 with 0.4 left on the clock.
Only 2.2 seconds when the ball is snapped. Yeah, they're half.
Yeah, they called it a half. Yeah, that's the proper call. That's the half. Arkadelphia 38-0 here at halftime against Harmony Grove. What a half it has been. We'll keep it right here for just a second, Cooper, to just talk about how dominant the offensive line has been, how dominant the defensive line has been, and in every other aspect, the secondary, the offensive backfield, the special teams, everybody's playing very well tonight.
That's right. Specifically talking about the offensive line first. I mean, we've seen the defensive line of the Cardinals kind of chop blocking at their feet, the offensive line doing what they do most, and whenever they can, they are moving them down the field. And the defensive line, let's talk about them for a second. They have been dominant all night long. Xavier Williams, Skylar McClure clogging up those gaps, but also whenever that ball comes to them, they're wrapping up. They're making huge tackles. Malachi Hamilton, Q Morris there in the backfield, even Ethan Lewis, just like we heard last week, making huge tackles, and that is why we have been so dominant tonight.
Fake punt was maybe the best chance for a big gain. It was almost caught, but then Q Morris knocked the ball away. Everybody is doing everything right for the Badgers so far tonight. It's all come together.
That's right.
And against a veteran team for Harmony Grove, and a team that's won some games this year, they're not expected to come in at homecoming and get blown out 38-0 at half.
That's right. And talking about the offensive side, just guys that have been weapons this whole year, but even Orion Roberts tonight. The first 4 touchdowns all go to his name, and then Bryce Meekin there at the end of the half making a huge touchdown there as well.
Great passing from McCoy as well. It's been one amazing first half. We're going to have a fast second half, so we're going to have a good halftime show for you and then bring you that action. So stay tuned for the halftime show. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Hey, this is Pastor Rick Mays, and I want to invite you to Trinity Temple Assembly of God in Arkadelphia. We're a church that is alive and full of energy with exciting kids and youth programs your family will love. And we've just moved to a 2-service format. Join us Sunday at 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock for powerful worship and a life-changing message. There's a place for you at Trinity Temple where faith is growing, families are thriving, and God is moving. Don't miss it. Join us this Sunday.
Chicken Express is a proud supporter of not just the Badgers, but all things Arkadelphia, from elementary to college, and from community activities to church groups. Chicken Express is always willing to support and assist the people in our town. The next time you visit Chicken Express, thank them for their involvement in our community, and definitely don't leave without getting a cup of that Chicken E sweet tea. Located right off exit 73, stop by Chicken Express for your next meal.
With over 25 years of experience in the financial services industry, Bell Wealth Services believes in a face-to-face business model. Blake is a third-generation AHS grad and a lifelong Badger supporter. Value can mean different things for different situations. Bell Wealth Services aims to add value in any financial situation. Contact Bell Wealth Services at 870-464-1167 or at 408 Court Street. Raymond James Financial Services, Incorporated, FINRA SIPC.
At the Sexton Law Firm, we have experience handling insurance dispute cases and we're well equipped to handle the tactics used by insurance companies to avoid honoring valid claims. The Sexton Law Firm is dedicated to helping individuals fight for the relief they deserve. We work hard to ensure your rights are protected and your case is handled with the respect and care you deserve. The next time you need help battling an insurance company, contact an attorney with the Sexton Firm. Drop by and see us at 107 North 26th Street or give us a call at 870-345-4123.
Located at 214 North 25th Street in Arkadelphia, Providence Veterinary Care is a full-service clinic offering complete medical care for your pets, including preventative care, routine surgery, and in-house diagnostics. Our staff at Providence Veterinary Care is filled with passionate animal lovers who are highly trained and dedicated to making sure that your pets receive care and compassion every time they walk in the door. Visit us or give us a call at 870-464-1305. Providence Veterinary Care. Compassionate care, modern medicine.
It's always a great day to be a Badger, and it's always a great day to live, work, and play in Arkadelphia. More than 350 individuals, nonprofits, entrepreneurs, and business owners join together to make Arkadelphia stronger, better positioned, and a great place to call home through the Arkadelphia Alliance and Area Chamber of Commerce. You can be a part too and be all in for Arkadelphia and Clark County. Visit ArkadelphiaAlliance.com to find local resources, see a directory of current members, check out our member benefits, and join today.
This is the Southern Bancorp halftime show. Chris Babb, Dalton Reed here with you at halftime. Arkadelphia 38, Harmony Grove 0. The Sexton Firm game recap we'll bring to you in a little bit, but basically it's going to be a lot of Arkadelphia numbers and not very many Haskell Harmony Grove numbers as far as the stats. Dalton Reed joins me. Dalton, we go back last week, 7 for 7 on touchdowns. You kneel the ball out to end that game. 5 for 5 in touchdowns in the 5 possessions here in the first half, and you're able to get a field goal from Seth Molinari to end the first half. So Arkadelphia, when it's at take out the kneel, the last 14 possessions Arkadelphia has scored when it wanted to. 13 of those are touchdowns. You've been on the sideline. What's the mood down there? It has to be good, especially defensively, I would think, but also offensively, because it seemed like Arkadelphia was working the pass more so than they normally have, because they felt like that's something they could work on in the first half.
Yeah, even go back to the coin toss. I was down at the coin toss, and I was really kind of surprised to see Harmony Grove defer to the second half, because I thought, okay, they want to come out, get the ball, and then chew some of that first quarter clock off. So when they deferred to the second half, I was like, okay, this, it could be a game plan, whatever. And then Arkadelphia comes out in like 3 plays and scores.
Right.
And then Orion Roberts, 4 touchdowns to his name. He actually had one called back on the end zone farthest from us that –
Were you down? Where were you standing down
I
there?
was walking down there, and we all thought it was a catch.
Of course, everybody in blue thought it was going to be a touchdown, right? Everybody in red thought it was incomplete.
Yeah. So, and then Bryce Meekin, and one thing I thought was interesting, the last touchdown that Meekin caught, they threw that ball to Cam Archer twice on the same route concept. And then they switched the formation they threw it out of, and Meekin came around and caught it. So they found the hole in the defense.
Right.
But if you look at the defensive side of the ball, obviously not allowing any points is great. But when the Badgers went up 21-0, Coach Kaiser met his team out before they went out, and he said, do not let up and do not go to sleep. He said, by no means is this game over. And I think that's going to be the message going into half, and I think it's good that we're seeing some other uniforms being played for the Badgers, as they've been able to give those guys that have played all the quarters of the season this far, give them a little bit of a break and get some people in that we may need coming in to the playoffs and as this season continues to progress.
It was a very good first half for Arkadelphia. The Sexton game summary recap, nicely done by Dalton Reed. I noticed the Meekin touchdown catch. They went to Archer, threw it a little bit high. There is a little bit of height difference between Meekin and Archer, and so made the adjustment there. McCoy makes the same throw. And, boy, how about Cam Archer, Orion Roberts, Meekin, Finley? They've really spread the ball around effectively and efficiently have the Arkadelphia Badgers. The Harmony Grove Cardinal High School Band is on the field. When we come back, we will tell you about our Southern Bancorp Student of the Week, and then we'll see a performance from the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band. This is the Southern Bancorp Badger halftime show, and the Badgers lead 38-0 over the Harmony Grove Cardinals. It'll be a quick second half. We hope you watch it. And stick around for the Badger Pride Marching Band as they bring you their show as well. 38-0 Badgers lead. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger Football.
How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in how we support our communities, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
In Arkadelphia, contact Shelter Agent Chad Kesterson.
Scott Bird DDS is a true general dentistry practice with a comfortable, laid-back atmosphere. Led by Dr. Scott Bird, they've been serving the people of Arkadelphia for over 20 years. It's a simple philosophy. Treat every patient the way they would want to be treated, with clear communication and honesty. Their comprehensive care ensures that all your dental needs are met under one roof, providing convenience and quality you can count on. Scott Bird DDS General Dentistry at 7th and Caddo, 870-246-6745.
Proud to sponsor the Smash Mouth hit of the game each Friday night.
As teachers, we all know that if students' basic needs are not met, then they're not going to perform in the classroom.
Food bags help bridge the gap on weekends and holidays when school isn't in session, ensuring that they don't go hungry.
Hi, my name is Craig Sills, pastor of Park Hill Baptist Church. You know, there's so many great churches in Arkadelphia, but if you're looking for a church family, we would love to have you join us on Sunday mornings at 10:30. For students, we welcome you to our Wednesday night Connect Nights, a night full of food, fellowship, and Bible study. And also, for our middle school and high school students, don't forget to join us for post-game pancakes after every home Badger game this fall. To find out times and locations, look for this graphic on the Park Hill Baptist Church Facebook page, or you can learn more online at parkhillbaptist.com.
Twin Rivers Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center, quality care close to home. Our approach to elder care goes beyond traditional long-term care and short-term rehab to give you or your loved one the quality you deserve. At Twin Rivers, our caregivers are more than just expert medical professionals who deliver skilled healthcare at every touch point. They are the backbone of our care community, leading with their hearts and healing with their hands. Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, 870-246-6337.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street or visit their website at printmaniatees.com. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business, Print Mania has been serving the area since 1992. Call Print Mania today at 870-246-3803.
Make ATO Automotive on Pine Street the place you take your vehicle when it won't take you where you need to go. Transmission, alignment, engine, brakes, and tires, ATO Automotive can handle it all. Locally owned and operated by James Rollins, let ATO Automotive take care of your vehicle the next time it just isn't running quite right. ATO Automotive says go Badgers, especially our number 73, Grant Rollins. ATO Automotive, 1802 Pine Street. Call us at 870-210-5269.
Buy, sell, or trade your vehicle with L&J Auto and Transport at 1904 Pine Street in Arkadelphia. L&J Auto and Transport prides itself in quality vehicles with affordable prices and honesty. Looking for a good used car? Let L&J Auto and Transport help you with financing to make it possible no matter your credit history. Visit L&J Auto and Transport on Pine Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-293-9167 and let them help you find what you can drive home tomorrow.
Citizens Bank was founded on the statement, "Someday I'm going to start a bank that can help people." More than 70 years later, our mission has remained the same: people first. It's easy to profess this idea, but more difficult to live it out each day in each transaction for decades. Our progressive community banking model focuses on the delivery of exceptional customer service while employing advanced technology and products which allow its customers to have one bank to serve all their needs. Stop by our Arkadelphia branch on Pine Street and let Citizens Bank help you with your financial service needs. Citizens Bank, people first. Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp halftime show. The Harmony Grove Band is finishing up its performance, and then we will get to see the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride marching band with their performance. Let's go back to some of the Sexton Firm stat recap, thanks to our crack statistician Deborah Root in the box. Her pen has been furiously working over there. Arkadelphia, 278 yards of passing from Arkadelphia quarterback Bryson McCoy. 12 of 23 for 278 yards. Orion Roberts has 83 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns. Maddox Finley, 2 receptions for 38 yards. Cam Archer, 5 for 72. Hayden Whitaker, 2 for 37. And Bryce Meekin has 4 receptions for 48 yards. The Arkadelphia defense, we talked about the importance of stopping the run. Arkadelphia has allowed Haskell Harmony Grove 43 total yards of offense. And if I'm not mistaken, one of those is some of that is a 15-yard pass interference penalty. So nice job by the Arkadelphia Badger defense. The Arkadelphia band is making its way onto the field, and we will get to hear from them. The band hosted a band competition last Saturday at Arkadelphia High School. All the bands are getting ready to perfect, or in the process of perfecting their competition show that they will march at the regional assessment and then qualify for that for the state marching assessment as well. Let's take this time to talk about our Southern Bancorp Student of the Week as selected by the Arkadelphia High School administration. And this week, that Southern Bancorp Student of the Week is Casey Pye. Casey is a member of the Badger football and baseball team. Casey Pye is the reason that Seth Molinari had a chance to kick that field goal at the end of the first half. Pye is the deep snapper, described as a great overall guy, as Casey Pye described, works hard, very respectful, involved in football, baseball, and FFA at Arkadelphia High School. Congratulations to this week's Southern Bancorp Student of the Week, Casey Pye, as selected by the Arkadelphia High School administration. The Arkadelphia High School band is setting up and making its way onto the field, and we will listen to a little bit of the tunes over the PA before the band performs. Enjoy this performance of the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band competition show as they take a bite out of the Big Apple.
Arkadelphia Badger Marching Band.
That was a portion of the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band competition show. Couldn't quite do the whole thing tonight. We invite you to come back home next Friday night as Arkadelphia hosts Ashdown, and you'll be able to see the entire show and cheer on the Badger Pride Marching Band. The Arkadelphia Badger football parents would like to thank these two organizations for helping support the team and feeding the team today. Greater Pleasant Hill Missionary Baptist Church sponsored the team breakfast, and Sodexo Dining Services at Ouachita Baptist University sponsored the pregame meal. So thank you to Greater Pleasant Hill Missionary Baptist Church for feeding the Badgers this morning, and Sodexo Campus Dining Services at Ouachita Baptist University for sponsoring the pregame meal for the Badgers today. 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in, I guess, the warm-up period for the third quarter. Chris Babb, Cooper Dar at the Southern Bancorp halftime show as we wrap it up. Get ready for the third quarter. Cooper, that was a pretty efficient first half for Arkadelphia, offensively, defensively. I'm not sure if you heard the numbers. McCoy, 12 of 23 for 278 yards and the touchdowns. Arkadelphia defense held Harmony Grove to 43 yards of offense, and I don't know how that 15-yard penalty factors into that, but if that factors in, that's 28 yards of offense for Harmony Grove in the first half. Oops, sorry about that. It would help if I turned your microphone back on.
I mean, that is just pure dominance in a football game. I mean, I was just talking to Dalton Reed right before this. Arkadelphia and Haskell Harmony Grove came in with the same record with this game, but the thing is, Arkadelphia has had pure dominance on the offensive side, defensive side, and special teams. That quarterback statistic is almost unheard of. Orion Roberts going 4 for 4.
Yeah,
unheard of.
That's not bad. Well, until tonight.
That's right. It's been heard here tonight in Haskell Harmony Grove.
And hopefully for those at home, it was seen as well. But, the Badgers about as efficient as you could be in the last three halves of football. We'll take one break, and when we come back, Jeff Root, Cooper Dar will take us the rest of the way home, and it'll be a short way home to the fourth quarter anyway. Hopefully our trip back home to Arkadelphia is short as well. Badgers lead 38-0. Southern Bancorp halftime show will wrap up, and we'll be back with the third quarter after this timeout on Arkadelphia, BadgerTV.com.
Let Domino's cure your cravings by ordering online, calling us at 246-3131, or dropping by and seeing us on Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Join Domino's Rewards and begin earning rewards in just 2 visits. Check out our $6.99 mix and match and make the whole family happy. You might as well throw in a stuffed crust pizza, a sandwich, pasta, stuffed cheesy bread while you're at it. Check out other deals on our app or at Domino's.com.
We're just about ready for second half action. This is Jeff Root along with me, Cooper Dar. Chris Babb, thank you for that halftime show. What a great job of the Arkadelphia High School Band at halftime. We got a good look at it, got good sound from them. Wonderful, wonderful halftime show as always. Arkadelphia is set to kick off in just a moment. I think we'll have the kickoff first. In just a moment, we'll go over those scoring drives again for Arkadelphia. Just thoroughly impressive night tonight, offensively and defensively. Kickoff to begin the second half is a high kick coming down to 7-yard line, returned to the 20-yard line, and down by the time he can hit the 25. We'll see if they spot it about the 23-yard line. First down and 10 for Harmony Grove. I tell you what, Arkadelphia's first drive was capped by a Roberts touchdown from 23 yards out. Second drive, a Roberts touchdown from 1 yard out. It was a 7-play, 74-yard drive. After that, a touchdown on an 11-play, 42-yard drive. After that, an Arkadelphia touchdown on a 2-play, 60-yard drive. After that, an Arkadelphia touchdown on a 10-play, 45-yard drive. And then finally, a field goal after a long punt return on the last offensive play for Arkadelphia in the first half. So it's 38-0. Harmony Grove now has the football, and they will set up in their tight formation again. They'll try to run a little bit wide this time, but they'll hand it off to the fullback. The fullback will get a few yards. That is Cam Taylor. He usually gets big yardage as fullback, but the fullback hasn't had a lot of space tonight.
Not tonight, especially with the dominance of the defensive line. They're trying to run a little bit of trap there, but it's been not working with our giant interior defensive line there. Lance Gully there. got several people playing that position, but just pure dominance holding their space tonight.
It was a gain of 5 from the 24 to the 29-yard line. It is second down, 5 yards to go for Harmony Grove. And they'll run up the middle again. This time Arkadelphia will hit the fullback and drive him backwards. He'll get some forward progress, though, to the 31-yard line. Pickup of 2. It's third down and 3.
What I'm excited about to see in this half of football, what adjustments have been made for Haskell Harmony Grove? Are they going to do something different here? Are they going to are they going to keep running the ball? Are they going to throw the ball? Let's see what they do.
Mixture of starters and backup players in for the Badgers as we start the second half. Most of the linemen are the guys that started. First team offense, obviously, for Harmony Grove. Running play, going to get a little bit of yardage here. Arkadelphia comes away with the ball, but they whistled it dead, and it's going to be a first down.
Jeff, there are some new Badgers in there, especially in that secondary. John Ross Simpson right there in the middle of your screen wearing number 6. Walker Whitten coming in, number 18. Andy McDill, 27. Andre Derry, number 35, right defensive end or outside linebacker there. So lots of new faces in there for the Badgers here to start the third quarter.
He needed 3 yards. He got exactly that. First down and 10 at the 34-yard line. Checking into the game is James Foster for Harmony Grove. And they're going to run it off tackle to the left side. Not much of a gain there. Arkadelphia continues to gain tackle right on the line of scrimmage.
Number 8, Jay Noble.
They're trying to run behind their biggest offensive lineman, who's a really fine player. Barrett Nelson is 6 feet tall, and they don't tell us on the roster how heavy he is, but I'm telling you, he's a big man.
He is a big dude. You can tell from the press box. We're a little bit closer to the ground tonight as we usually are, but he is a big, big guy.
Second down, 7 yards to go after the short gain. And they're not going to practice anything different. They're going to keep running this formation. 3 backs in the backfield. 2 blockers will block as they go wide, and there's some room this time across the 40, and that might be first down yardage. Good yardage for Cam Taylor, the senior running back.
Really what was different there than what they tried to do in the first half, there was way more blocking. They got out on the outside leverage. There was blocking, and that's a big first down for the Cardinals.
Arkadelphia playing some of the younger guys, getting a chance to play linebacker secondary positions, and they got into the secondary that time. The defensive line, we're going to see some substitutions at times also. Hayden Hooten is checked into the game for Arkadelphia. Here's a running play up the middle. There's a little bit of yardage there, a gain of about 3 on the play, and they're fighting for more yards. That's Jaheim Noble, who played very well against Arkadelphia last year but has had no running room tonight.
Gain of 4 on the play. Bring up a second down.
Got 4 yards up to the 49-yard line. This might be the first time that they will have crossed the 50-yard line tonight. Second and 6. Play comes in from the sideline. Just a matter of which of those 3 backs are they going to hand it to. Zambrano is the quarterback. And they're going to go with the second back through this time. He's going to be tackled. It'll be a short gain, third down coming up, but they do cross the 50-yard line.
All right, third down. It's not as far as it has been in past possessions. Do they run something a little bit tricky here, or do you think they can just keep to old reliable and run it up the middle?
Well, they've got 2 plays to make 4 yards. I think they're going to keep hammering it away and see if they can pick up some yardage. Best drive of the night for Harmony Grove. Clock is running, of course. We're down to 7 minutes left. Arkadelphia leads at 38-0. They'll run to the right side, but hit immediately. Big, big tackle in the backfield. Arkadelphia has at least 1 starter in the game because he just made the tackle. What a big, big hit by Skylar McClure.
Oh, my goodness. Skylar McClure, that is a defensive end right there. Let's watch this replay. Skylar McClure shooting the gap, hitting the backside of those pullers. Nobody even saw him, but they felt him for sure.
Loss of 4 on the play. 4th down, 8 yards to go. They're going to line up for a punt. Will they actually punt the ball? Let's see. The punter has thrown 1 pass tonight, Lane made a good pass, but it was batted down by Q Morris. This time he's going to kick it. Line drive kick will bounce down the sideline, will stay inbounds and take a Harmony Grove bounce down to the 19-yard line. So they do kick it away, and Arkadelphia has stopped that best drive of the night for Harmony Grove with no points for the Cardinals, and the Badger offense comes back onto the field. From the 19-yard line, first down. I tell you what, Cooper, what do? You send in the second-team quarterback. It's Meekin. He's shown himself to be quite a good quarterback. I don't know if Arkadelphia will stick with some starters for the first drive or so, but the third quarter is rapidly disappearing. Down to 5:39 left. We are in the third quarter of a good sportsmanship rule game. The clock does not stop unless there is an injury or another point in which the officials would signal to stop the clock. Otherwise, it's just going to roll. Here's a running play, and the running play to the right side is going to gain some yardage. Meekin is in at quarterback.
With Meekin scoring 2 touchdowns last week from the quarterback position, it just shows you how smart he was. There were 2 read options, taking them all the way to the house. And we've already seen tonight he can score some touchdowns.
Gain of 2, second down. Arkadelphia is going to hand it to Moody. Moody up the middle runs into several defenders. He'll gain a yard. I think they'll stop him at the 22-yard line. It's third down, 7 yards to go.
Badgers just ran a little guard tackle counter to the left side. They're going to be running this ball really quick. 4 minutes left already in the third quarter.
Brownlee has checked in at running back.
And if you didn't hear, it is third down.
Meekin may have a chance to throw the ball here. Now they're going to hand off. Here's Brownlee. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and will not gain enough for a first down here. They're going to push him back, see where they spot the ball. Brownlee running to his right, had no space that time. Brought down by a couple of Cardinals. Among those, he's playing both ways. That's Barrett Nelson on the tackle. Barrett Nelson is a junior, so he'll be back. A lot of these guys for Harmony Grove are seniors. They do have some good younger players coming to the high school program next year. 3:57 left, clock running. Arkadelphia sets up to punt for the first time. High snap, but Meekin has it, and his kick is underway. Low line drive kick. It bounces across the 50, across the 45. It will roll to the 41-yard line, and they'll mark it at the 40, in fact, of Harmony Grove. And they'll take possession.
What I just loved and just saw right there, I didn't quite look at the punt, but I was watching the sideline there for a second, and number 75, like you were just saying, he came off, he asked for some water, got the water, and he received some pickle juice from the stands, caught it, drank it, now he's back on the offensive line. Pretty baller move right there, if you ask me.
I tell you what. Who's the keeper of the pickle juice over here anyway?
I think that was his father in the stands. That was pretty awesome.
Dad came to help out. Tight formation as always. They'll run this option play. Up the middle it goes. Fullback's gotten a little bit of yardage here in the second half, but they've not been able to put themselves in scoring position. There was a carry by Estes for short gain.
Gain of 3 on the play. Pardon me, gain of 2 on the play. Bring up the second down and 8.
Yep, he gained 3. They moved the ball. Mr. PA man spoke too soon.
Apparently he did.
Gain of 3, second and 7. 3 backs in the formation, of course. Quarterback under center. Zambrano hands off. Ooh, there's a good run. He's up to the 50, to the 40-yard line. One player has a chance to catch him at the 20, at the 10. He's going to be dragged down at the 4-yard line. Big, big play for Harmony Grove. First one of the evening.
And they are now in the red zone. First and goal here for the Cardinals.
They're going to spot it at the 6-yard line, but it's first down and goal. Knee went down at the 6. Harmony Grove got more yardage in that run than they've had for the entire game previously. Zambrano at quarterback. 3 guys right behind him at running back. They're going to give it to the fullback. He's close. He might be in. He is in. A touchdown for Harmony Grove with 1:34 left. Clock continues to run, but a touchdown for Harmony Grove.
And that is a homecoming touchdown for them. Good to see the success happening on homecoming night for the Cardinals.
That was Estes with the touchdown run.
Number 5, Carson Brink with the touchdown.
Well, Carson Brink, they're going to say, got that touchdown, so we'll mark that change. Carson Brink with a touchdown run. He's a senior on homecoming night, got a touchdown. Extra point attempt is a low line drive shot, and it does go through. It's good. So it is. Arkadelphia 38, Harmony Grove 7.
Remaining in the third quarter, Arkadelphia 38.
Arkadelphia gave up a 3-play, 60-yard drive thanks to a long run down from the 43 of Harmony Grove all the way to the 6-yard line of Arkadelphia. Best run of the night, and then Brink got the touchdown on the next play. So at 38-7, when we come back, we'll be just about ready for the fourth quarter. 1:28 left in the third. Clock will continue to run, even though it's less than a 35-point lead now. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Blakelytown is Arkadelphia's gathering space, perfect for weddings, receptions, parties, reunions, showers, corporate outings, and more. Easily accessible for local and out-of-town visitors, Blakelytown features both indoor and outdoor options and is customizable to fit your vision and your needs. Blakelytown is locally owned and operated and proud to serve the Arkadelphia community. Dates fill quickly, so contact Blakelytown today to reserve your space for the event of your dreams.
Left-handed kickoff is a bouncing ball, recovered at the 34, now returned, and there's a return for a touchdown. This is going to be Roberts. He's just got the kicker to beat, and he's going to beat him. Orion Roberts for the touchdown on a kick return of 65 yards.
65 yards, but also 5 touchdowns tonight for an ATO automotive touchdown there for Orion Roberts on his 5th touchdown tonight, and that will bring it back to the good sportsmanship rule once again.
End of the quarter coming very soon, but first we'll have this extra point attempt. Seth Molinari on. He has not missed anything tonight, all his extra points. He has a field goal also, 33 yards. Arkadelphia set for the extra point, and it is good, of course. Seth makes another one. Arkadelphia 45 and Harmony Grove 7. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
There's a lot of banks out there, but there's not many like Southern Bancorp. You see, we're more than a bank in both who we are and what we do. Sure, we offer accounts and loans for you to bank and borrow for today, but we can also do more to help you build for tomorrow, like credit building, home ownership, small business support, and more. So no matter the financial story, we can help because that's what we do. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's go ahead and watch this replay right here. It was a little bit of an onside squib kick. Orion Roberts picks it up right there and uses his speed right there at the 50 to outrun the kicker for another ATO automotive touchdown. And 5 for 5 for Orion Roberts here tonight. Wow. Great job by Roberts and the Badgers.
You know, because Roberts is such a good kick returner, they don't kick it deep. But they didn't look to see who was going to receive a short kick that time. He caught it on the bounce and went 65 yards for the touchdown. Here is a high kickoff from Molinari. It will be returnable from the 7-yard line. And this is a return, really hard running. He'll make it across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Got to hand it to the senior Hakeem Noble on that return. That's the end of the third quarter. That went fast because we're in the mercy rule, good sportsmanship rule I like to call it, should call it. It's Arkadelphia 45 and Harmony Grove 7. We'll be back with fourth quarter action after this. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
Well, stay tuned for this fourth quarter. It's been exciting here, even in a good sportsmanship rule second half. Another Badger touchdown, a fifth one of the night for Orion Roberts.
I know it's always fun getting to watch Orion do what he is doing. It's been a fun game for the Badgers. It's been an exciting, lots of action, 45-7 as the dead T offense comes back into play.
Ball at the 26-yard line after that nice return, and a timeout has been called. Yes, Arkadelphia has called a timeout. We only had 10 on the field, I hear from Chris Babb, and so a timeout has been called. The Badgers going to talk about it. Young guys on the field right now, they're going to get some important experience, and we're seeing a few backups play for Harmony Grove, although that man, Mr. Nelson's still out there. He never comes off the field, I think. And they have stopped the clock with the timeout. 11:43 left in the football game. Arkadelphia leads at 45-7. I think we'll keep it right here as Arkadelphia, the team that called timeout, is already back out on the field.
What I always like to say, no matter who is in the game, the first string, the second string, the third string, you've got to play like you've been playing all game. It's the same expectations. If you are wearing a Badger jersey, it's the same expectations from the first string all the way to the fourth string.
Now that I get a better look at it, that's the 27-yard line, first down and 10. Harmony Grove, waves of running backs coming in to block and falling forward for a few yards is their really good senior Yakeem Noble. And they're going to mark it at the 26. So he picked up, at the 31, so he picked up 5. Make it 4. He picked up 4. It's second down, 6 yards to go. Tight formation. And they will hand it off to the second back through, and he will not get very much. That's one of the backups getting to play now. That's Bradley Davis, junior, getting some action. On the tackle for Arkadelphia, Andy McDill. He's going to see a lot of playing time in the future. Good sophomore.
All right.
Ball at the 32, just a gain of 1. Third down and 5.
Third down right here. These guys have to really pay attention to their keys here. Watch the guards. Are their heads coming up? That's going to be a pass. If their heads are down and they are pulling, or if they're coming straight forward, they're going to keep this as a run.
All right, here is the lineup. Same formation, 3 backs behind the quarterback under center. And there is a run for short yardage, not a first down. It's fourth down coming.
Number 9, James Foster on the carry. Bring up a 4th down and 1 for the Cardinals.
They'll spot it at the 36-yard line, and that gain gives them 4 more, so it is fourth down, 1 yard to go. 4th and 1. Arkadelphia have to watch that fullback here. See if he can lean forward and get the first down. Clock continues to move. 9:53 left. It's not going to stop very often in the good sportsmanship rule. Here is a running play. They go to an outside back, and he's got some room. That's a nice run. He's cut it upfield, made some yardage. First down, tackle for Arkadelphia by Gavin Jones. Ball to the 42-yard line. He got 6.
I think I hear a train in the distance.
From the 42-yard line, first down and 10. Fullback with it this time. The fullback is going to make only about a yard. Second down coming. And they're not moving down the field very quickly. Harmony Grove would love to score another touchdown unless they get a big run here. Cooper, I think Arkadelphia might see this game end before they can make it all the way down the field. That was a gain of 2.
Especially with 8 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Always good to see some of these young guys getting in, playing some good football.
Cardinals line up now. They want to go. That's the second back through. He's got a good lead blocker, and he's got a nice game, but Arkadelphia will knock him down at the 50-yard line. That's short of a first down, but it's a pickup of 6, so third down and 2 comes. If you're just tuning in, You have missed a lot. Arkadelphia leads 45-7, 5-touchdown night for Orion Roberts. Tune in earlier next time. We appreciate all of our fans whenever you tune in, but it's been a great game tonight for the Badgers. Here is a running play. Halfback's got some yardage. Another good tackle. Nice gain, but Gavin Jones makes a tough tackle. The 10th grader put his head down and brought down that good running back. First down and 10. I don't know what's going on with the trains. We got a train coming from the press box, and it seems like a train somewhere is answering from some other location. The trains are talking to each other tonight. What is going on? Here is a running play into the line of scrimmage as usual, and it's not going to be much of a game. I tell you what, them young guys working very hard. There's a sophomore defensive lineman, Josiah Jones, really made a nice hit.
I was going to say a joke about the trains, but then one just didn't come to mind. So,
okay, keep working on it.
I'm still thinking really hard.
It's going to come
Chris
through.
Babb might have one.
I just want you to sit down so I can go out there and get ready to interview Shucker. You and Dalton and Jeff can talk.
All right, we're under 7 minutes to play in the game. Here's a running play, big hit in the secondary, and they're going to bring him down on the carry for Harmony Grove is Braden Belk. A couple of Badgers in on the tackle. Among those involved for the Badgers, Hayden Hooten made a nice hit. Lots of sophomores on the field for Arkadelphia right now.
That's right. You always want to see the sophomores getting some playing time. Always good to get that experience, especially in Friday Night Lights.
Third down coming for Harmony Grove. They're going to need about 3.5. He'll run to the right side. Fullback has it, and he will break one tackle and make some yardage. There is a tackle by Arkadelphia's James Duvall, but it's a first down at the 27-yard line. First down at the 27.
5 minutes left here. The dead tee, I mean, they are starting to see some momentum going on here. I guess you can almost say the dead tee is looking a little alive.
I don't think it's going to carry the day, though. Ooh, the fullback ran into his quarterback that time. Not much space to go there. A couple of Badgers in on the tackle. One claims to have the football, but the officials are not going to agree with that. In fact, they have Xavier Williams back in the game. He came away with the ball, but they said the running back was down right there at the 28-yard line.
Xavier Williams, Skylar McClure is back in the game as well over there on that far side of the football.
Second down 11 from the 28-yard line. They'll run wide this time, looking for space and finding some space on the edge. That's a good run. Inside the 10-yard line, they're going to knock him out before he can get to the end zone, but a big run for Cam Taylor.
Mario Brownlee on that far side making a huge tackle. Wow, that was a big hit.
Ball is spotted at the 5-yard line, so that was a 23-yard run on 2nd and 11. They haven't gone wide all that often, but it worked that time. Nothing was working for the offense of Harmony Grove in the first half when Arkadelphia built its 38-0 lead. It's 45-7 now. Harmony Grove would like to score its second touchdown of the night. That ball's on the ground. Now it's going to be fallen on by the quarterback. The quarterback is still Zambrano, the starter.
Cardinals recover the fumble. It'll bring second down and goal.
Second down and goal. They're going to spot the ball now at the 6-yard line, so a loss of 1. From the 6-yard line, clock running. We're down to 3:45 left in the contest. Arkadelphia would love to hold here with the young defenders on the field. Here's a running play to the middle, a hit. They're struggling for yardage. Arkadelphia trying to take the ball away. It's inside the 5 now, but not a touchdown. Let's see where they spot this. 5 or 6 bodies on the ground. Carried by Cam Taylor again. One of the Badgers is slow in getting up. They're going to spot the ball inside the 5, but they haven't put it on the ground yet. Let's see where they're going to put it. Arkadelphia has a player who's going to need a little assistance, but he'll come off the field. That's Brownlee. Looks like he's just a little bit shaken up. He'll walk off the field. They're going to spot the ball at the 4-yard line. So they only got 2 that time. It's 3rd down. 3rd down and goal from the 4. We're down to 3:14 left. Well, they stopped the clock, I guess, because of the injury to Brownlee, but he's been off the field for a while. Time to restart the clock. Here we go. Zambrano at quarterback wants to hand off to his fullback. He's fighting for yardage. He will make it to the 1, but he is not in. Not in. Carry by James Foster. 4th down and goal from the 1. They need 1 yard to get their second touchdown of the night. Arkadelphia seeing the clock continue to run at 2:49 left in the contest. Badgers lead at 45-7. Young guys in now trying to stop a touchdown late in the game for Harmony Grove. Harmony Grove really wants this one. From the 1, it's 4th down. Fullback carrying the football. He is close. He might be in. He is in. That's a touchdown for Harmony Grove with 2:27 left. And the clock does continue to run. Taylor's done a good job of running here in the second half. I think you do have to hand it to Harmony Grove for not mailing it in here in the second half when they were already down by the good sportsmanship rule. Cooper, that shows some character for this team.
That's right. It really does. It's always good to see people fighting until the very end, even whenever you kind of know the outcome. Always good to see both teams fighting until the very, very end, especially on a night like tonight for the Cardinals in homecoming.
45-14 after the extra point goes through, and we'll take a break. It is Arkadelphia 45 and the Cardinals of Harmony Grove 14, 1:37 left. Clock is running. We'll just take a short break. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker supporting the Badgers since 1996.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
Kickoff return for Arkadelphia across the 45-yard lines and out of bounds. I don't think they'll run a play, though. We're at 38 seconds remaining. Change of possession here. Harmony Grove will come on. They stop the clock with 38 seconds left. I'm sure Arkadelphia would just as soon, well, they might just take the victory formation. I thought they'd run the clock here and let the game expire, but it looks like Arkadelphia will have to end it themselves. Younger guys line up, and they're going to line up in a normal formation with 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen on the right side of the scrimmage, 1 at the top. The running back is Moody. Meekin is the quarterback. 38 seconds left. Young receivers here to the near side, but they'll give it to Moody. Moody is going to run over 1 defender and fall forward and make about 3 yards on the play, and I think that's probably going to be the last play of the football game. Down to 22 seconds remaining. This has been the kind of victory that you hope for from a maturing, growing football team in Arkadelphia. They have shown it the last 3 weeks. I think Arkadelphia has shown a lot of improvement. That happened again tonight with a flawless first half and a mercy rule for the second half.
I really agree, especially just remembering the first time we played the Cardinals this year, Camden Fairview, and I'm remembering back to that game. Our offense wasn't quite there, but really these past couple weeks we've seen the offense really flourish into something that can be really great for the rest of this year.
Tell you what, Arkadelphia has ended a game before 9 o'clock again. Mercy rule tonight. gives Arkadelphia a big victory. A lot of great offensive showcase tonight. Really strong defense in the first half. But I tell you what, Cooper, it was a Orion Roberts show tonight.
It really was the Orion Roberts show tonight. Meekin had a touchdown in there as well, but it really was the Roberts show tonight. It was an impressive victory, and I think we can get a little bit ahead of ourselves that he might just be the offensive player of the game for this one.
I think you're probably right. 4 receptions, 4 touchdowns, 83 yards in the first half. In the second half, a kickoff return for a touchdown. 5 touchdowns tonight for Orion Roberts. Every time he touched the ball, basically, he was in the end zone for the Badgers. So Arkadelphia, with the victory, really keeps us momentum going. You can kind of put that Nashville game in the back seat now and just think about what's going to happen for the rest of the season, as Arkadelphia is on a roll at this point and preparing itself for what should be, if not a 1 seed, a 2 seed, an opportunity to really make a run in the playoffs. They seem to be improving toward a peak at the right time.
That's right. Every team says it every single year, and I remember it so much that you don't want to peak at the wrong times, and Arkadelphia is doing it at the right times. They're slowly getting higher and higher. They're climbing that mountain, and once they get to that peak, I think we might be looking at another state champion football team here.
It's certainly a possibility, isn't it? I mean, the talent
really
is there.
is.
They're coming together. You really have to beat some awfully good teams along the way, but Arkadelphia has the ability to do that. In fact, they showed that in the pre-conference schedule with wins over 2 5A teams and a 6A team. A little bit of a blip there against Nashville, even though I think a lot of us think that really was a victory, but you can't call it a victory.
I think it's because I wasn't there.
That might have been it. But you've seen the photographs.
That's
and
right.
So even though we don't want to go back, hash that out again, we
That's
just
right.
want to say that after that game, Arkadelphia has done everything right. They've improved along the way. They've made some outstanding improvements, I think, offensively and defensively. Tonight, they were just precise in everything they did to stop the Harmony Grove offense, which can be difficult to stop, and to score and score quickly.
That's right. I just love how an emphasis inside of this game was the trenches, the offensive line, the defensive line of both sides of the football. They had to be sound. Their blocks had to be almost perfect tonight. The defensive line for the Badgers had to clog the gaps. They had to get their head up. They had to read the right keys to really be successful in this game tonight, and I believe they did that very, very well tonight.
So Roberts had a great game. I don't want to skip over the quarterback, though, who really threw some outstanding passes. A lot of deep passes tonight, a lot of complete deep passes tonight for McCoy.
Yeah, McCoy just had a great night tonight. It was really fun getting to watch him play. I think we said earlier in the game he was just zipping those balls around tonight, just catching the ball, getting it out as quick as possible out to the flat, mostly to Orion Roberts sometime. And, we saw how that worked out every single time. But McCoy had a great game tonight, and I'm sure we will be talking about him in Inside Badger Football next week on Monday.
This is Jeff Reed along with me, Cooper Dar, but in a moment we're going to move to the Blend Luxury Real Estate postgame show. We've got Chris Babb already down at the field. He's going to interview the victorious head coach Trey Shucker. We're also going to have the ATO Automotive postgame interview, the Sexton Firm stat recap and game summary, the Trinity Temple Assembly of God players of the game, the Sexton Firm big play of the game, and the Scott Bird DDS Smash Mouth hit of the game, all coming your way here in the postgame show. So stay tuned. Our old friend Kerry Garnett calling a game out in California tonight, and we are pleased to have his firm, Blend Luxury Real Estate out in San Diego, sponsor us. And so we'll go to that postgame show now. And we are back for the postgame show, the Blend Luxury Real Estate postgame show, sponsored by our old friend, the 1979 state champion quarterback. How is that, Cooper, for being loyal to your team after these years? State championship quarterback, Kerry Garnett not only is a sponsor every week of our program, but he also comes back for those state championship games from San Diego to visit with whoever the quarterback is for that particular year for Arkadelphia. He is one of many, many people from across the country that tune into these broadcasts. We're so pleased to be online and for folks anywhere to be able to pick up Badger football.
That's something that I've really noticed with Arkadelphia. I mean, I've been working with y'all this is my second year now, so it's been awesome. But something that just stands out about Arkadelphia is just the alumni support, but also just how loyal the fans are. We see it from week in and week out. The fans traveling to all of the games, but just like you said, Kerry Garnett being one of the most loyal Arkadelphia Badgers for life.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. Well, we're going to have stats here in just a moment, but before we get there, let me just say that those first half drives were something really, really special. The first drive for a touchdown was the first possession for our Arkadelphia. It was a McCoy to Roberts 23-yard touchdown pass. 10:31 left in the first quarter. It was 7-0 after the Seth Molinari extra point. Arkadelphia got the ball back moments later. There was one first down by Harmony Grove on their first possession, then they punted it away. Arkadelphia had a 7-play, 74-yard drive after that. McCoy to Roberts for another touchdown pass. That was just 1 yard. 5:03 left in the first quarter, and Arkadelphia led it 14-0. Then, after one first down and then a punt by Harmony Grove, Arkadelphia had another touchdown drive. This was 11 plays and 42 yards, a shorter drive this time because Harmony Grove went for it on a fake punt, and it did not work out for them. So Arkadelphia had a short drive for the score and led it with the McCoy to Roberts pass to take a 21-0 lead. We're watching on the sideline now to make sure that we get the interview that's going to come from Chris Babb. And we're ready to go.
Up here, we're down on the field. I guess you guys are up there. We are down here with the victorious Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Hayes, Remy with her coach's remote. Is that the coach's clicker?
That's her phone.
That's right. That's her phone. Coach, congratulations. Another big win. Your offense was efficient again in the first half. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns, 6 and counting the field goal. Your offense seemed to be clicking in the first half. We'll get to the defense in a second because they were clicking too. But offensively, another good night of execution.
It was, and a lot of plays being made. I think Orion finished on 5 total touchdowns, 4 on offense. That's a special performance. Just excited that our guys were executing the way that they executed, playing fast, and putting points on the board. We scored on all the drives.
Defensively, upstairs we had it 43 yards in the first half, and there was a 15-yard penalty. Don't know if that factored in. It was 28 yards. If that factored into that 43, your defense really executed. And you talked about today. It needed to be they were going to try to get 3 yards and a play and wait till the play clock went to 3. They were able to do one of those. They waited till the play clock went down, but your defense really did a nice job of filling those gaps you talked about today.
Yeah, I was proud of our first group defense. They went out there and played with the mentality that we're trying to coach around here and met the standard. Really excited about the way that we played defense tonight. Second group came in. We still got some things that we've got to fix with those guys. And, we hold everybody to the same standard in our program. If they're on our team, we're going to coach them and teach them the same way. Everybody's the same. So, they're the future. And it was good for those guys to be able to come in and get some of that. I think that's one of the biggest things that can help our program continue is being able to get everybody reps and continue to progress.
Coach Shucker, congratulations. Remy, you want to say go Badgers? Say go Badgers. Okay, well, that was Remy for Go Badgers. Coach, congratulations. Good win. We'll see you next week.
Go Badgers.
All right, guys, the victorious head coach Trey Shucker with a little help up there from Remy. Badgers win 45-14. Headed back up to you.
Thank you so much, Chris Babb. We appreciate your good work as always. On the sideline, you heard a very pleased coach in Trey Shucker. Let me finish the highlights. We appreciate that ATO Automotive postgame interview. Chris Babb talking with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. I'd mentioned the 21-0. McCoy to Roberts for 28-0. That was a 57-yard touchdown pass, a 60-yard drive in 2 plays. Next possession for Arkadelphia, McCoy to Meekin for a touchdown, 3:12 left in the second quarter. It was 35-0 at that point, a 10-play, 45-yard drive. And then after a kickoff return, Arkadelphia had the opportunity to kick a field goal and did exactly that, or actually after a punt return, that turned into a 33-yard field goal for Seth Molinari. 38-0 at halftime. In the second half, Harmony Grove got a touchdown with the younger guys in for Arkadelphia and the clock continuing to run. In the good sportsmanship rule, Brink scored a touchdown and scored again late in the game to make it 45-14. In between, Roberts got yet another touchdown. His 5th touchdown of the night was a kickoff return. It was a bouncing ball intended to be a short kick, but it was returned 65 yards by Roberts for a touchdown, his 5th score of the night. Let's go to stats now. We've got a Sexton Firm stat recap, and that stat recap is mainly first half statistics because Arkadelphia did not pass in the second half. They did not really do much except play some defense and let the clock run. But in the first half, McCoy at quarterback, what a half. 12 for 23, 278 yards, and he passed for 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns included in 278 yards of offense in the first half for the quarterback, McCoy. Roberts had 83 yards and 4 receptions for touchdowns, then got this kickoff return for a 5th touchdown in the second half. Finley, 2 catches, 38 yards. Archer, 5 catches, 72 yards. Caden Whitaker got 2 catches for 37, and Meekum himself played quarterback in the second half. In the first half as a receiver, 4 catches, 48 yards, and he also had a touchdown. Arkadelphia did almost no running tonight. They went to the passing game against Harmony Grove, and it worked tremendously well. So that is our Sexton Firm stat recap and game summary. Let's go to the Trinity Temple Assembly of God Players of the Game. Players of the game for Arkadelphia. Chris Babb has rejoined us in the press box. It's kind of a low press box. It doesn't take too long to get back to where you can talk to us.
Thankfully.
Let's talk about players of the game. Is it easy to pick the offensive player of the game?
I mean, you know, a receiver has 4 touchdown receptions. It's pretty good. You also have to have a quarterback to get those to him. McCoy, 12 of 23, 278. And 5 touchdowns, I believe. Roberts ended up with 4 touchdowns, and then the kickoff return, 5. And then, I mean, it's just I could see it being the combination McCoy Roberts type of night, depending on what you look at, because a couple of those were nicely placed passes. Roberts had a couple of those by himself when he broke tackles and ran for 60.
I think you got to go with both of them. I mean, Roberts certainly, when you score every time you touch the ball, that's as good as you can do.
It's not a bad night.
That's
not
as
a
good
bad
as you
night.
can do. But I thought the passing of McCoy was just precise tonight. Really passed well into the flat early on to move the sticks and set up some touchdowns. And then when he threw deep, which he did reasonably often, he threw with accuracy. So I thought it was a really nice night for both of them. Let's go with both Bryston McCoy and Orion Roberts as our offensive players of the game. Defensive players of the game, you know what? The interior line of that defense did such a good job against the fullback in the first half, and that's the first thing you've got to stop if you're going to stop the option.
It's going to be a tough one to pick. You know, this is going to be one where the coaches are watching film and seeing who graded out. You know, they know the assignments that they had in that scheme. They talked, Coach Shucker talked about, we have a plan. We have a plan what our defensive linemen are supposed to do, and we have a plan of what our linebackers are supposed to do to fill gaps. So this one is a tough one. This is a complete defensive effort.
Right.
So I think it's hard for us to pick because you have so many that were gang tackles. And so you could go with that front 7, cop out and do the front 7. This is going to be one where the coaches pick a defensive player of the game. It's because when they go back and watch the film, one person graded out higher than another one. I have a feeling most of those are going to be all high grades.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I mean, they knew what they had to do, and they absolutely did it. The interior line, the defensive ends, the linebackers, Harmony Grove just could not run inside or outside,
right.
And they tried one pass on a fake punt. They tried one pass and got a pass interference, and that was really it for the passing game. And so once they couldn't run, they really had no opportunity tonight.
That's right. Pastor Rick Mays at Trinity Temple welcomes all, and so tonight all can get our defensive player of the game, you know.
Excellent. All right. Well, we're not through because we got a big play of the game. What are we going to say is the Sexton Firm big play of the game?
Man, I don't know. We've got a few of these that we could queue up. You know, we've got some. We'll try to play some of these as we go through some of these. But here's the first touchdown pass, one for Roberts. You have the Second touchdown pass was right there for Roberts. You have the third touchdown pass. I believe this is a similar play that Arkadelphia ran for the 2-point conversion to win the game against Hot Springs. You bring that player in motion, and the defense on the backside gets a little bit confused. So, gosh, the first one kind of set the tone, maybe, because it was a nice drive, and it kind of got the Badgers going. So you could go for the very first touchdown. Arkadelphia also had a third down conversion on a couple of drives later. A third down touchdown. There was also a fourth down touchdown. So, there was a big to choose from. McCoy to Meekin there, 4th and 10, and they kind of made it 35-0. It kind of put the mercy rule in play. You could go with that one as well. On a
I
big
like
fourth
that
down.
one. It did create the mercy rule, 4th down and 10 from the 13-yard line. I also like, as you said, that first touchdown, because if Harmony Grove in their running game is already behind 7-0 before they have touched the football, you've put them at a disadvantage right away.
Yeah, I believe this is that 4th and 10 pass from McCoy to Meekin. He just threw it up tall where the tall Bryce Meekin could get to it, and that was our big play of the game. Sexton Firm, big play of the game.
Yeah, I like that. Big play of the game. A really nice job by Meekin to go high and get that catch. And really, it was a good throw by McCoy, and that only Meekin had a chance to catch that one, and he did for the touchdown on a 4th down play. Scott Bird, DDS smash mouth hit of the game.
I've got two options. Before we get there we go. Now, sorry, we're getting ready to get something jerked out of the window. We've got two options here. One, we have Malachi Hamilton with a big hit where he just did a nice job of reading. You see Malachi come to the right side of your screen and just kind of meet the running back. Boom, just kind of stop him in his tracks. So that was one big hit. And then we have here with Skylar McClure coming into the backfield. Cooper called this one. McClure's just going to shoot the gap here right there and just meet the running back in the backfield. And so either one of those, I don't think McClure has had one of those smash mouth big hits of the game, so I would go Skylar McClure for our Scott Bird DDS smash mouth hit of the game.
I will agree with you. McClure's had a great year, and that was an outstanding play. That is our Scott Bird DDS smash mouth hit of the game. All right, we're reaching the conclusion of the post-game show, but we got to talk a little bit about where the Badgers are right now as a team and how this season is progressing, and it looks better and better from week to week here in the middle of the season to me.
It really does. The Badgers have really done a good job of kind of working out some of those offensive kinks, I think that we could call them, that we saw earlier in the season. Hopefully that kind of gets them in a flow. I would be interested to see if they went to the pass more tonight just to try to get that in rhythm since they had that big lead they could play with. But I like the way the offense is progressing.
Oh, I could not agree more. Let's talk about the rest of the season and how it sets up.
Yeah, 2 more home games. You got next Friday against Ashdown. You've got one more regular season road game at Genoa Central on, is that Halloween night? Is that Friday night? Yeah, Halloween. What are you going to dress up as, Cooper? You got 2 weeks to plan it. And then senior night against Malvern. Coach Shucker told the seniors in the huddle, he said, seniors, starting Monday, you have 3 guaranteed Monday practices left in your high school career. He and I were talking about that today. We're winding up. We're in the week 8, 9, and 10. Yeah. You only have 3 guaranteed games left. And so you have to bring that mentality, like, I don't want this season to end. And here we are, week 8. Some teams are getting ready to wind down the season. Arkadelphia is almost what they hope halfway through.
You bet. It's a 5-game playoff season. You got to adopt the idea that you're going to play almost to Christmas.
That's right.
This team's been able to do that in the past, and it looks to me like they're ready to do it this year.
That's right. They've got some things to work on, but they do have a chance to work on those in the time when playoff time comes.
We appreciate Cooper Darr, who's back with us. Did a super job again tonight. Appreciate that, Cooper. Want to say thank you to Dalton Reed, who is on the sideline for us tonight. He's just everywhere we put him. He does something valuable for us. And up top was Isaac Bourne, who climbed a very interesting ladder to get up there and then brought you some good video tonight. So, Isaac, we appreciate you very much. On stats tonight, Dr. Deborah Root, appreciate that. We've got faculty members from various departments at Ouachita doing our stats from week to week. Jim had to be away, so Deborah stepped in. We appreciate that. And Chris Babb, as always, great appreciation for you being our quarterback in all of these broadcasts. This is Jeff Root. I want to remind you that the final score tonight was Arkadelphia 45 and Harmony Grove 14. Arkadelphia will be at home next week against Ashtown. We look for you there. If you cannot attend, or if you want to just pick up your phone and watch things as you go along, we'll be right here for that game as well. So, good night, everybody. And Abby, tell Mary Kate I'll see her soon.